one from somebody.
Padding your stats is what you're doing.
That's you guys. Brandon
A lot
talk.
of noise.
Brandon talk.
Hello.
I'm gonna jump back in.
Oh wait, you should probably plug that back in.
You didn't plug it in?
No,
You think we're gonna have to leave it unplugged for 15 minutes to replug it in?
well, I've explained that the fruit in the foot's really good.
I don't know why the audio is so bad, but oh well.
Like for me,
No, all you guys, it's like hello.
that's unfortunate.
But so the cookie crumbles, we got to get going on this, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Marie.
I'm Marie.
Sally. Jess. Harry, don't eat. We're doing the interview right now.
Okay,
The introduction.
All right, I'm ready.
You're not ready. Your mouth is full of almonds.
You know, Harry would also eat during a podcast. I'm getting in character.
He was kind of a nihilist.
All right. Video is recording. Let's do it.
But let's do 10 seconds, remember.
Yep. Don't chew.
Okay.
Well, during the 10 seconds of silence. Because I need, Swallow
Ready?
first. No, Devon's going to swallow his almonds first. The crunchiest fucking food he could eat while we're trying to be quiet.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Wait.
Play.
Wait, no, redo it. I was turning the Wi-Fi off on my phone. I'm ready.
I would hate to go skydiving with you, dude. Like we're about to get off the plane. Just wait. I thought
I'm ready.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Play.
Oh, hey there. Oh my
Hey.
God. I haven't seen you in years.
It's been a while.
It's been decades almost.
Yeah, like 10 or 12 probably years.
That's a decade. How's it going?
It's been well. I've been trying to hook up my weird-looking friend with literally anybody. I've had a hard time with it.
The friend that you're with right here?
Yeah, it's just right here.
Hello.
You see what the issue is?
Sally
Hi.
Field, is that you?
That's Sally's last name. I never understood it. I tried to bring somebody else, but she won't leave.
Hello.
Well, this is my friend Harry.
We should have sex and then regret it later.
Oh.
I think they're about
Harry,
to
you
get
can't
off.
say that. You live with the Hendersons.
Oh no. Well, the Hendersons probably could use a quick.
He's
Way.
Bigfoot. He's getting away.
That's a classic intro.
That's a classic, yeah.
You know it
You
when you
guys know
see
what
it.
the fuck this is. It's the Love Lads.
You know it when it's there.
This is the end of February, our rom-com months, and we got our boy Devon on.
Aloha. That's a mixture between howdy, hello, and aloha.
Where did the howdy come in?
The
Yeah.
H.
Nobody goes howdy.
Well, maybe you don't.
Yeah.
You're not a real cowboy.
Just the Saudis. I don't know.
Bad.
Ending rom-com month.
And Lucas.
And that's Lucas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Devon came to Billings for a 4-day weekend, so he's here chilling with us.
It's true.
Why would I lie about that?
He's lying about it.
It's in his nature.
I'm in Atlanta.
It's my nature to lie?
Devon's here in Billings with us.
It's in all man's nature to lie.
That's true. Just for funsies. This is a little prank.
Well, this is the end of rom-com month.
Movies.
We're doing a masterpiece. Thanks. Yeah, movies. And I've got some questions for you guys. Does that mean shoot?
Yeah, it does. That's what the guns do.
Okay. The guns do be shooting. My first question is, do you like ordering something, but it takes like forever to order something? You like things on the side.
No.
No.
You like it on top.
I like everything mixed together.
The side shit is so annoying. If you don't want it, just don't get it. Don't make me put it in
Yeah.
a little cup on the side.
You gotta be done eating, Devon.
I'm so full.
I'll
Okay.
do extra on the side, but I won't do like separately on the side. Like extra
Yeah,
sauce is different.
That's for insane people.
Yeah. Which one though?
Having something on the side
Okay. Not that.
or
extra.
extra.
Yeah.
When you go to Taco Bell and you order like the hot sauces, do they ever give you enough? Because me personally, they fucking never do.
What are you talking about? They like, you want sauces? I say, yeah, I want fire sauce. They give me 19 for
That's
3 items.
Not enough.
Yeah,
I've
and they're in
gone
every
through
drawer
the
of every
separate
house.
Adjectives,
They are in every drawer.
gone through like unhealthy, insane, and it's never enough. Because I use like maybe this is probably bad, but I use like a packet of hot sauce per bite.
I think you're the only person that thinks they give you too little sauce. I'm always throwing away fire sauce.
Oh, never, dude. More sauce than burrito.
My other question is, do you like Mike Wazowski?
Who was Mike? Was it Harry?
Mike Wazowski is a character from Monsters, Inc., you idiot.
Well, yeah, I know that. But was it Harry?
I'm not supposed to make those connections right now. This is the intro.
Oh, well.
Yes, he's Harry.
I like him.
Thank you. There's a yes or no questions.
Yes.
I like it too.
Good. Well, if you answered yes to those, you've come to the right place. This is the good, the bad, and the
Movies.
movies. Brandon, Devon,
Lucas.
Lucas, and movies.
Lawrence. Ginger, get out of here.
Are we going by last names now?
He just wants also his last name to be included with it.
Oh. Well, today for our masterpiece, we watched When Harry Met Sally from 1989. Knowing it's a masterpiece, Seth was like, "Oh, I thought this was going to be bad."
Well, I didn't think it was going to be bad. Just not that good.
It's a masterpiece.
That's fair.
I think it's largely considered one of the greatest of the genre. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, the birds.
Yes.
The birds.
It is often considered the birds. And so before we get into it, we're drinking beers. We're just drinking leftovers from our Super Bowl party last week.
We're drinking cold smoke for the 9th time in a row.
And I've got Coors Light. The mountains,
The mountains are blue, like the soul of a hopeless romantic.
Mmm.
Heard?
Man, my hands are really sweaty.
Here, I'll trade you. You can open my beer, I'll open yours.
I feel like Harry was the opposite of romantic. He rejected the idea of love until he had to accept it or lose it.
Well, he's only one of the main characters, Devon.
He
I'm
was
sorry,
God.
I'm sorry.
unromantic.
And in the end, he was.
He did.
Damn
But
it.
he was a hopeful romantic, not hopeless.
I don't know if there's a difference.
It matters if you get the girl, it's hopeful. If you don't, it's hopeless.
Yeah, but then if you're in limbo, it doesn't matter either way, right?
Yeah.
I thought it always referred to.
If you die, it doesn't matter.
He's without a hope. He's always going to be a romantic.
Yeah.
Are you a romantic, Lucas?
Of course.
I think all of us are probably. We're doing a podcast talking about films, you know? It's a pretty romantic thing to do.
Specifically rom-coms right now.
Yeah.
We
but
have
I
a
mean, just,
whole
like,
month
in
dedicated
general,
to it.
Like something dedicated to the arts like this is romantic in nature. And we're all like gung-ho about it.
True.
Every one of us.
You podcasters don't get to listen, but we have a orgy after every episode.
That's on the YouTube series.
Yeah.
You have to.
So if you tune into the video,
Good incentive.
Very romantic.
just see Devon's 3-foot penis from
Yeah.
Seth's dream last night, Lucas.
Interesting.
Yeah.
To say the least.
To say the
What
least,
Freud
yeah.
would say.
That he would say interesting. Stroking
He
his
would.
chin.
As a
He probably had a
skeleton.
small chin. Yeah, skeleton Freud in the grave right now. Well, I
He's still
described
had-
it as
he's got a
3-foot
soul
penis
patch,
in his
though.
dream. Yeah.
Interesting.
That's
I'm
interesting.
drinking Gatorade Zero over here.
Ooh,
Oh,
white
shit,
cherry?
White cherry.
Is that
Glacier cherry.
glacier cherry?
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a good
That's
flavor.
the best one.
You ready to get into it, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, our director today is Rob Reiner. You know the name?
I do. I know the name.
He's done things such as This Is Spinal Tap.
He did.
He did The Sure Thing. He did Stand By Me.
Ooh.
That's
He
a
did-
movie.
The Princess Bride.
What?
Ooh, good for
He
him.
did Misery.
Never heard of that.
Yo, you read Stephen King
Ew.
novels?
Mm-hmm.
It's Misery by Stephen King, one of his most
That's
famous
the one.
novels.
What? That can't be because I feel like I've read most of his famous ones.
Yeah, Misery is one of his
Very
most.
famous.
So
well,
famous.
fuck.
And then it was
Still
made into a
fucking
movie
famous.
and won Oscars.
God damn it.
He also did.
Happy
Spoiler.
face hell. I think
He
I'm
al-
a reader until I realize I'm not a reader.
He also did A Few Good Men.
He did.
Huge
That's this
Oscar film.
podcast.
Yeah, we have a quote in our theme
And-
song from it.
Yeah.
Because we're all.
Oh no, the You Can't Handle the Truth.
Yeah.
Written by Aaron Sorkin. It's interesting because a lot of these movies are kind of launching points for really successful writers. Case in point with
Mhm.
this one.
You've also got North. You've got Ghosts of Mississippi, The Bucket List. He directed
He
And
fell
So
off.
It Goes, and LBJ.
He did fall off. He's also a
LeBron
pretty
James.
wonderful actor as well.
Yeah,
Rob
he
Reiner.
is. As
He's
I
a
was
dad on
researching,
New
was it-
Girl.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I know who that is then.
I was trying to
love
figure out who it was when I saw his picture, and I was like, "Oh, he's the dad on
On New Girl. You're right.
High above me.
The Wolf of Wall Street
He is also
And-
the dad in Wolf of
And
Wall
New
Street.
Girl.
and New Girl." Yeah.
Yeah, and he falls in love with Caitlin Olsen, who's Dee from It's Always Sunny.
Oh,
And
that's
he's
right.
married.
And I hardly rhymed her.
That's true.
Don't rind
That's
a girl
also
you
true.
don't know.
I thought it was just Reiner.
No, but he said
Past
rind.
tense.
Oh, okay. You got rhymed. You got rhymed.
On
Finger guns.
105.9
The fuck.
6 FM.
Yes.
And then
Sorry, it's
a
lot of
writer
old
today,
Inside jokes coming back.
like you said, a big notorious writer, Nora Ephron.
Paula, a director in her own right after the fact.
Mm-hmm. She has written things such as Silkwood. What?
I just remembered something. We'll talk about it later.
Cat. She's also done Cookie. This Is My Life. Sleepless in Seattle. Michael. You've Got Mail.
Michael.
Yeah, what about Michael?
It's a funny thing to say.
It's true. That was a joke when I was in elementary school.
And it landed with Mike here.
There's a kid,
Michael.
Michael, in our exactly. It was in our friend group, and he was like, we liked him, but he was kind of a nerd. So if a basketball went flying, we were like, Michael, and we do it like sitcom-y, and he'd like, okay, and he'd go and get it
He'd
every
die.
time. And so it kind of just bullied us.
No, he wouldn't die, Lucas.
He died.
Die laughing.
Michael, and yeah,
And
he'd
he'd
have
kill
a
him.
heart attack.
Michael, and then pancreatitis out of nowhere.
With a knife.
Look out, pancreatitis has a knife.
Oh, I was thinking his pancreas was so inflamed because of a knife.
No, there's a disease that's taken corporeal form, and he's gonna get you.
It's poisoned.
Poison knife.
There's a poison knife carried by pancreatitis
But
that
literally.
gives you heart attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's also an
Yeah,
author. I think she writes novels as well,
She
Nora
does.
Ephron.
I wanted to bring this up, like, in the modern day, to be a successful author, it's almost like a prerequisite to have a book adapted to a film. So is it like, at that point, is there even such a thing as a successful novelist, or is it really just a successful screenwriter? Like, is our novels a dying art?
That may be true, but I also think there are a lot of successful novelists who write stuff that doesn't even come close to the screen as well. Like I think
David
Thomas
Foster
Pynchon
Wallace.
didn't have anything for a long time. David Foster Wallace, yeah, he died though. He's not successful. Just kidding.
He
Yeah,
died.
he's very
Well, you
successful. I
gotta be
was kidding.
successful if you're dead.
Suicide.
Don DeLillo just got his first one of his novels made into a movie, and he's considered one of the greatest novelists. That was the White Noise movie, which actually sucked. White Noise sucked, but
Ooh, no.
the book's pretty good.
Marina's favorite author right now is just having a movie come out for Colleen Hoover. That's her favorite author at the moment. But the last two writer things that I had for Nora Ephron were Bewitched and Julia and Julia.
I'm a Clippers fan.
She makes chick flicks.
Mm-hmm. She does. But a lot of these chick flicks are like really good.
Oh, come on, Brandon. You can't even get through without laughing.
I choked.
They are
Hate
good.
women that much.
Yeah, they are good. And then a cast. You got Billy Crystal. That is my
B. Christ.
Harry.
Okay.
Do people call him B. Christ often?
They do.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I was-
diehard fans too.
I was left out of that.
Yeah, because you're not.
They love Die Hard.
There's people that love Die Hard call him B. Chris.
They do.
You got Meg Ryan.
So hot.
I've never
Jesus.
seen her in my life.
Is
Jesus,
Meg Ryan
though.
Sally?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, Sally was so fucking hot, dude.
Yeah.
What? Was she really like 35
Girls
in
looked like that. I don't know. Don't care to know. I just want Sally.
I just want her.
You just want Sally.
Anytime, any day, but preferably 1989.
I mean, Meg Ryan was a huge name at this time.
You know what would be really sad? Watching this movie, having this huge crush, and then looking her up nowadays, and she just looked like Betty White.
Peg Ryan.
What's the beauty of love?
Yeah. Didn't you watch the movie? All those interviews?
I hope I'm dead before I'm old, honestly. Before I'm wrinkly. The beauty of youth.
You could be in charge of that, I think. Bad joke.
That secret third option.
That's my favorite third option.
And then other cast, you got
Bad
Carrie
joke.
Fisher in her third appearance on this podcast.
Yeah, a guy in my class, he dated her.
Yeah,
He was on Seinfeld, he was Bob Cobb. It's crazy.
We got through all the fun
Who
facts. of
else
this
did he
guy.
date?
Wait,
He-
who's Carrie Fisher?
He did Glenn Close.
She was the friend. She's
Was she the one
Leia
who-
in
Marie.
Star Wars.
Was she the one who tried to get with the married guy?
Yeah, and then ended
Yep.
up with Jess by the end of it.
Spoiler.
Yeah, my classmate dated her.
She
You
was
know,
Princess Leia.
if it was Sally, I'd be like, whoa!
Oh, get the fuck
But
out of
again,
here.
Prince-
Carrie Fisher?
Jabba the Hutt, Princess Leia? Slave Leia?
I haven't seen it in so long. I'm just basing it off of what I've seen in this movie.
Literally the three main people that I've said. He's like, is that person? Of course it's the three main characters. Other than that, you've got Bruno Kirby. That is Jess, the male best friend.
Is that the one in Mario Super Smash Bros?
No.
That like
Mhm.
eats the other one?
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
And then you've got Stephen Ford, Lisa Jane Persky, Michelle Nicastro, and Gretchen Palmer.
Yeah.
And Louis Armstrong.
Well, he wasn't a cast member, but I guess so.
He was involved.
That
He was beautiful.
that unidentified voice from earlier, the Christmas,
I hate him.
Harry Connick Jr.
I
That we
hate
saw
him.
in the opening
I
credits.
hate him with my heart and soul.
That's fair.
Harry Connick Jr.?
Yeah.
I love Harry Connick Jr.
Too
Probably.
And
hairy.
Carrie Fisher.
Too
Too
hairy.
Connick.
Not enough junior.
But he's a Harry.
Sounds very pedo.
And then a plot.
It does a little.
It does. Harry and Sally have known each other for years and are very good friends, but they fear sex would ruin their friendship.
I don't know if I agree with that.
It's not a thing
That is the
to
plot.
argue. That is the plot of the film.
It's a bad plot.
Yeah, I feel like that's not how that worked out, how that shook out.
I think they wrote it poorly.
I see what Devon's saying. It's more about them finding like friendship in each other versus them like actively debating the whole movie. Should we fuck? Should we not? Is that what you're kind of
That
getting
is
at?
true.
Yeah, it just seems like it wasn't very sex centric. Like they weren't worried about the whole. Like at the beginning, it was like we can't be friends because we have sex. But I don't know. The like word fear just doesn't seem like it fits in the plot.
Yeah, like rewrites the goal in this kind of
Sure.
context.
Sustained.
Sustained.
Thanks.
And then some history
No,
for
I
you
was on
guys.
trial.
When Harry Met Sally is a 1989 American romantic comedy drama film. The story follows the title characters from the time they meet in Chicago, just before sharing a cross-country drive through 12 years of chance encounters in New York City. The film addresses but does not resolve the questions along the lines of, can men and women ever just be friends? Ideas for the film began when Rob Reiner divorced his then-wife, Penny Marshall. An interview from Nora Ephron conducted with Reiner provided the basis for Harry. Sally was based on Ephron and some of her friends, and Crystal came on board and made his own contributions to the screenplay, making Harry funnier. Ephron supplied the structure of the film with much of the dialogue based on the real-life friendship between Rob Reiner and Billy Crystal. Columbia Pictures released When Harry Met Sally in selected cities, letting word of mouth generate interest, but gradually expanding distribution. In early 2004, the film was adapted for the stage production starring Luke Perry and Allison Hannigan. In 2022, the film was selected for preservation in the United States National Film Registry by the Library of Congress as being culturally, historically, and in this case, aesthetically significant. So that's another one to add to the books.
It was only
It's one of those
aesthetically
movies we should have
significant.
Put on the Voyager probe.
I don't know about the aesthetically thing. What did you say about Voyager probes?
I say it seems like one of those movies we should have put on the Voyager probe.
Mm.
It seems fundamentally human.
The aliens need to learn human language first.
And then immediately get into When Harry Met Sally.
Also, the whole fuel situation.
Do you think they put a Bible on the Voyager? Did that happen?
No.
They only put a Marvel shake that said, "Here's for you, Zorp Torb."
They did.
They did. They did.
Do you think aliens, because like statistically aliens should exist, right? Do you think the concept of love exists in sentient
Not even close.
alien civilizations?
If they are as sentient as we are and have the same neurons firing to release like the oxytocin and the endorphins and all the other...
That's a
You have
lot
to
of
assume
that's
an
a lot of
alien
happenstance.
Well, it's only like two happenstances. Oxytocin, or tocin, or however you want to say it. Or however you're supposed
Nope.
to say it. I know how I
Well,
want
to
say
have
it.
oxytocin,
And
you have to have
sentience.
receptors that accept oxytocin.
Nope,
which means
they're all
they-
connected by electricity, and they're all one thing. They don't know.
Which is its own kind of love that we're not privy to. So
You're
we're
right.
really the idiots in this. I was just
That's what I've been
imagining
saying
the
all
Bible on
along.
the Voyager. The aliens find that and being like, "What the fuck?"
These guys are
Idiots.
No, they're like pissed because they're like, "Why are they the chosen ones? They don't even have. They can't even go anywhere. They're stuck."
But then they try the Marvel shake and it's all changed.
Right,
They're like,
yeah,
they are
that-
the
that
chosen
guy,
ones.
They try that.
His name is Zorptorb, the guy that reads the Bible. This is for me.
His name is Zortor.
What's the shake at McDonald's?
What's the next
The
fact?
Shamrock shake.
Yeah, they tried a shamrock shake.
I think we're still on history.
No, history's done.
Oh, let's get into the movie.
It's budget time.
Oh shit. Okay.
Guess that dime.
Budget time.
Budget dime.
Guess the time.
Budget time.
Contribution.
That was
Guess
an
the
even Gore started
time.
small kind of.
Yeah, they say.
Yeah.
Budget.
Can't say it.
Guess the
Contribution.
time.
Screaming in a toneless fashion.
That was the
I'm-
movie. You should have been on
Budget
it.
time.
I'm gonna guess this only cost $17 million to make.
Those are some crazy faces.
I
But
saw-
okay.
I'm pretty sure I saw that on The Exorcist.
17 million is my guess. Lock it
Okay.
up.
Devon?
It did a crime.
I'm saying for these big names and to get Louis Armstrong, this is a $32 million film.
Okay.
Mm.
Seth?
I have my reasoning for this. I'm going to say 18 million. And the reason is I was going to say 15 million. And Lucas kind of preemptively prices righted me. And I don't think it's going to be below that.
Okay.
So, yeah. I'll say 20. I'll give him some breathing room.
One of you guys is so close.
Better not be 18.
It's 16 million.
Pimp.
You should have said 15.
Mm-hmm. I almost said 16. Maybe just in that area.
And then
Budget King reigns again.
Budget King.
So I guess double the budget.
Yeah,
That's okay.
that's not bad.
Yeah.
Only 16 million off's not bad. And then it's
a
not.
rich people thing to say.
We have been off by like 100 million before.
Okay.
And then opening weekend, how much do we think this made? Reverse order. Seth, you're starting.
What do you guys think Lucas is gonna say? I'll say 32 million. That was a good guess. I think just in the wrong
Okay, so
place.
I have some reasoning here, right?
Oh shit.
So in the history, you said that Columbia
was this opening weekend?
Columbia Pictures, yes.
Columbia Pictures
12.
released this in
Wait,
select
Seth, you're
regions.
changing to 12.
Yeah, I thought it was total.
Okay.
So Columbia Pictures released this in select regions, letting word of mouth spread the idea of the film. So I'm guessing
Like
opening
herpes.
weekend it was quite small. So I'm saying
This movie spread like herpes.
500,000.
Okay.
Low.
Which is
Below $1 million. Okay.
worse than wildfires.
I go 501,000, Brandon.
Yeah, God damn it.
One of you guys is so close. Our winner today is Lucas.
God damn it.
Damn.
It's 1.1 million.
Damn.
Did you? I was gonna guess like 800,000, but I wanted to be the nefarious one for once.
But it was low. It was low. My logic
You-
You
tracked.
do have
I-
good logic.
I had the same line of reasoning you did.
Wait, am I the nefarious one?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Little guy.
my little dude.
Viewers at home, I am pouting.
Who's at home? Tune into the YouTube.
He's going like this. Viewers at home, he's going like this.
Tune into the
He's
YouTube
doing
at
the
26.
finger pyramid thing where you go pinky to thumb in order from each digit to the
Yeah,
next.
or just tune into the YouTube at 2640 to
Tune
watch
into
the
YouTube to see
nefarious,
me pouting.
the nefarious boy pout and scheme.
Fuck. Don't write that down.
And then Lucas,
Weird thing to say about me.
U.S. and Canada total.
80 million.
Devon.
$150 million.
That's high.
This was cute.
It was
Think how
cute.
cute.
It was cute. 200 million, Brandon.
God
No,
damn.
46.
Not that cute.
Not that cute. Not that cute.
Got it.
Our winner today is Lucas.
Fuck, dude.
93.1.
This guy is unchained, unfettered, and unbridled.
Between
I'm on
all
Fetterman.
four of-
Style.
Between all four of them, he's only been off by a total of like 15 million.
Whew.
You
That's
know,
all
there's that
happenstance.
idea of like
Make a dragon want to
everyone has a
retire,
superpower,
man.
but they're so specific, it's not a superpower. Maybe
Yeah.
Lucas's superpower is being able to guess the budget of
Often
films.
is.
Within 5 to 10 million.
Only
And
within
Celebrity
5 to 10
Heights.
million.
I'm really good at Celebrity Heights as well.
That's an interesting one because I would.
How
never
tall
get
is-
that correct?
How tall is Owen Wilson?
8 feet tall, easy.
Oh, he's 6'1". Let's
So we
see.
looked at-
I'm always within 2 inches.
Owen Wilson
I'm
is
always
like,
within 2
Owen
feet.
Wilson-
Hey Siri.
He's 5'10". I'm out.
5'8" vibes.
How tall is?
He's
never mind.
5'10".
Lucas figured it out. Don't Google anything.
I'm close. 3
That's
inches.
not all.
And then we're
Worldwide?
finishing. Worldwide. Seth.
200 million. You know, yeah, sure. I'm down. I'm in the hole already. I got to swing.
$530 million.
He's in the same hole I'm in.
I'm just gonna say
He's just deeper in the hole, so he's
105
screaming
million.
harder.
105.
I don't think rom-coms play all that well outside of America. In the 80s, I don't know.
I don't think Billy Crystal plays
That's my
well
guess.
outside the U.S. But
Our
Meg
winner-
Ryan translates across the world.
Our winner today is Lucas.
God damn it.
I'm gonna eat my own head.
93.3. It only made 200,000
Ooh.
outside the U.S. and Canada.
That's crazy.
It's not fair. Lucas has a superpower.
Gimmicks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Owen Wilson's 5'10".
He already said that.
Established.
Wait, who said that?
Lucas.
Lucas.
Did it, yeah.
Oh shit! It's hard to hear past the echo.
I'm sorry. I offered to take it.
Echo.
No, it's
Echo.
okay. I feel like
Don't add
like
echo,
a good
Lucas.
Samaritan right now.
I feel like a martyr. That's what you
Yeah,
want.
yeah,
You
yeah.
want to take this.
When-
sacrifice.
When cats met
Hey.
facts.
No, it's tagline time.
Shit.
That was a good.
When the tag met the line.
You're the tagline guy.
Oh, I'm the tag.
You're the
Okay,
tag
all right.
guy, yeah.
Sorry.
Historically.
It's we've needed you since it's been me because I'm horrible.
There are two here,
No.
separated by the hyphen.
Can two friends sleep together and still love each other in the morning?
Maybe the epic voice isn't good for rom-coms.
It makes it 100 times better though.
I lost him.
So silly.
Can men and women be friends, or does sex always get in the way?
The
Are you good,
age-old
Seth?
adage.
The deep voice. The intense action voice.
Devon, you can't keep eating more food on the podcast.
No, I'm not. These are.
You brought
M&Ms.
these from home.
Yeah.
Oops,
this
yes,
is medicine. I have a diagnosed illness, and this fruit by the foot has been prescribed to me by a pharmacist, which is not you. I understand that you're a pharmacist.
Can they prescribe?
Someone in Mexico.
I can prescribe a couple things, but not fruit by the foot.
Can you prescribe a better tagline for this movie?
Nice
Ooh.
transition there.
No.
If Woody Allen had a heart, had a soul.
Not bad.
This wasn't directed by Woody Allen, was it?
No, it's Rob Reiner. We already did that.
All right.
He's the dad and Family Guy.
Woody Allen?
No. Rob Reiner.
Okay.
Also not.
Wait, he's Peter Griffin?
He's Peter Griffin.
He is.
And he wrote this.
He
Peter
No,
Matt
he
Lois.
directed it.
He did not write
Writer
this.
sister. And all of that is also wrong and lies. Don't fall for the nefarious one's lies.
The nefarious one needs to go back to pouting and not spitting misinformation.
First off, I don't even think I lie that much. Second off, I don't know any better taglines than the ones he wrote.
Also, lean back and eat that.
Lucas lies more than I do.
Lucas did have a pretty good one.
That was his cat's fact.
No,
When-
if Woody Allen had a heart.
Oh. I didn't see any haul, but I'll take your word that it's a good one.
When Derry met salami.
What?
Like a
Like a-
charcuterie
like
board, like
cheese
meat
Yeah.
cheese
Like
tray.
a sandwich? That's
Yep.
what this is? You're pitching a sandwich to me? That's not a movie, that's food.
Like a special at a snack store.
Yeah. Yeah. When
All
peanut
right.
butter met chocolate, they met breakfast.
I think.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, okay.
When
I think
peanut butter
you
met
won.
breakfast.
Wait. We're forgetting the tagline that Lucas came up with in the group chat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When
yeah.
Harry's dick met Sally's ass.
Yeah.
Which was unprompted. Which
So I'm
was,
stealing quotes now.
Yeah,
oh, I'm so sorry.
That was one of my quotes.
I just really like the idea of Lucas going through his day and just like stopping. He's like walking through a hall and he stops and he's like,
yeah.
when Harry's dick and Sally's ass, I have to.
I think it was
win.
like
no.
Harry's
a
dick.
minute before we had a tip off at one of our games. Just fired that off.
You're mid-coach. You're just like,
Yeah.
I have to send this.
I in the middle of work, I'll have these ideas. When I send screenshots of my notes app to you guys, I'm like, what about this stupid sketch idea? Yeah, that's like me riffing for a little bit, leaving my table, going to the corner and screenshotting it, and then sending to you, like in the middle of the day. I'm at work all the time.
Hell yeah.
Well, that's
Working
it.
man.
It's facts time, and when cats met the facts is amazing.
It's good.
I think we have to go with it.
Yeah, I think so. I
Billy
don't have anything
Baxel?
else.
What was that?
Billy Faxel.
No, I like when cats met the facts better.
What about Meg Factian?
Meg Factian.
I think it's got some legs.
Meg
She
Factian.
do.
Motion. Aye.
Denied.
Alright.
It's 2-2. You need a majority, so. When cats
Marina!
met the facts, motion.
No, okay. Yeah. I'll pass it. I'll
That's
second.
good.
Okay. All right.
We should get her in here for a tiebreaker.
When the cats met the facts. Devon cannot stop eating and moving during our fucking pauses.
During his
It's been
life.
a while.
I forgot what this was. I thought it was an eating show.
He thought it was a camel.
This is a podcast. I thought it was mukbang.
You're doing a great job at both, just so you know.
Thank you.
You're doing a good job.
Just coddling. So what are these facts all about?
There's a lot of cracks when opening a Coors Light can.
A lot of squeaks as well. A surprising amount of squeaks.
Each squeak more satisfying than the last.
The
That's their,
squeakle.
That's Coors' tagline.
Billy Squeaksful.
All right, my first fact for you guys is that the segment
Crystal
of married couples telling the story. Billy Crystal Meth?
Strand.
The segments of married couples telling the stories of how they met are real stories that director Rob Reiner collected for the film. Then they hired actors to relay the stories.
That makes sense.
They're cute as cute AF.
Cute as all get up.
As
Next one. According to writer Nora Ephron, the infamous "I'll have what she's having" line was actually suggested by Billy Crystal. Nora Ephron credited Meg Ryan not only with the idea of faking an orgasm in the restaurant scene, but also with the idea of setting it in a restaurant in the first place. So that kind of wasn't even in the script. They just ran with it.
It was pretty obvious, I think, once they laid it out there. A great line, nonetheless.
One of my fruit of the foots fell, and the rest of the wrappers, and I had to find it. It's like Peter.
There's like
Pan
7 snack wrappers behind you.
I think 7 might be an understanding.
I didn't know this was the first usage of the "I'll have what she's having" either. I thought it was a way older phrase, I guess.
I thought so too. It was. I
Maybe
think
the
it might have been
phrasing
even.
is
It was just used to perfection here.
Yeah, probably.
This is a direct quote from this film. Like,
Yeah.
it's registered for this film.
Like, I'm sure people are using it, but that's the first time it was used as like
Sure.
like a joke, as a punchline.
It seems
Or
like
maybe it was before.
this is a saying that has like an etymology that like tracks to a different language or something because it's so old.
It does seem like a classic, like just timeless thing. But there's, I forget the old adage or adage. I don't know which way it sounds.
Adage.
Adage. So the old adage.
A Dodge
Um,
Challenger.
But there's a difference between like an innovator, somebody that makes something for the first time, and it's a classic when somebody does something that's been tried and true and they do it the perfect way.
It's
And this
this
would be
Larry
one of
Bird
those.
versus Steph Curry debate.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that's a good way to analogize.
What do you think about that resident sports guy?
Hold on.
Steven Tornado here.
I would have to say that they both are great singers, but Steph Curry definitely perfected the vibrato.
Also a good analogy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It actually really was.
Yeah.
Okay, next fact. The orgasm scene was filmed at Katz Deli, an actual restaurant on New York's East Houston Street. The table at which the scene was filmed now has a plaque on it which reads, "Where Harry met Sally. Hopefully you had what she had."
That's pretty funny. That's the Impractical Jokers did a shift there. I remember. At
Oh,
Katz
really?
Deli. Yeah, I have another note about the Impractical
Did we
Jokers
just
later
watch
on,
that
believe it or
episode?
not.
You have another Impractical Jokers note?
Yes, I do.
I mean, the
But we'll-
plaque's kind of cool, but the rest of that fact isn't very fun. Just be like, this was shot in a real restaurant. Okay. I feel like a lot of movies have done that.
A lot of things are on a set.
No, not movies. Not rom-coms.
Not
They
movies.
love shooting that shit on location.
A movie would never.
A movie?
They
Movie.
wouldn't.
Next
They're
one.
too shy. Yeah.
I don't want anybody to see me. That's why I didn't do well overseas.
The film is based on director Rob Reiner's experiences post-divorce and as a single man. Coincidentally, he met his current wife during the making of this film.
Oh.
You know what?
Very
That's
cute.
really cute.
That's cute.
Because I'm imagining it the same as how this film
Yeah, it's
goes.
probably like when Rob met Naomi.
That's my coworker's name, and she loves this movie.
That's my sister's middle name.
Ooh.
Oh my god, there's so many Naomis in our lives.
That was my great grandma's name.
Boo.
Emily Cunningham.
Boo.
No, that's my cousin.
No, that's your grandma.
Boo. Boo.
Quit booing my great grandma Naomi.
No, I'm booing Emily now. Boo.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm booing your grandma.
Dude, I really hope we never get viral. Because, like, if
We're
millions
bad
and millions of people listen to this, you gotta imagine one's gonna track down Emily Cunningham.
Yeah, because you keep saying it.
That was our first
and
episode.
last name.
So,
You said it?
Billings.
First episode that Devon roasted her.
Oh my god.
I did not roast her. I just
outed her.
I stated empirical facts.
You did out her.
And by happenstance, it was my cousin.
By happenstance.
Outed her sexuality. It's a woman's
No.
choice.
Yeah, she was sexually a wolf.
Yeah. And it's she
Again,
has the
not
right to
roasting,
tell
it's
people that.
empirical facts.
In sheep's clothing.
I think she was still wearing wolf clothes.
She was a sheep in wolf's clothing.
Next fact.
Next fact. Movies.
Sally's picky and crazy eating habits were put into the movie after director Rob Reiner saw Nora Ephron ordering her food in the same way that Sally does. When Reiner brought this up, Ephron stated, "I just want it that way. I want it," a line which was put into the movie.
So yeah, I want it. That seems pretty funny. She seems like a pretty type A badass bitch, so
Yeah.
I can see her telling the
So
waiter,
wonder,
"Hey, bucko,
how you
all the
see
salad."
some creative film like this and makes you wonder how actually creative people are or how based off of their current and real life.
Well, that's what.
Yeah, I think
That's what I was just thinking.
it adds a lot of layers of reality to it. I think it's pretty hard to just make up a whole new reality and get it as close to real life as you can. Well, as this movie is obviously based in a lot of reality. You know what I'm saying?
Anecdotal.
Yeah.
And very dialogue heavy, which I
Gives
like.
more genuine, authentic feel.
I feel like it's
Yeah.
very hard to make a dialogue movie or a dialogue heavy movie good, and they did it.
Yeah. Next fact.
It's a challenge.
Before deciding on the title when Harry met Sally, Ephron, Reiner, and producer Andrew Scheinman considered Just Friends, Playing Melancholy Baby,
Ooh.
Boy Meets Girl, Blue Moon, Words of Love, It Had to Be You, Harry,
Yeah.
This Is Sally, and How They Met.
So this is alternate titles for the movie.
It
I like the
Had to Be You
melancholy
feels
one.
pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't
think
understand
I
that
like
one.
It Had to Be You better.
But what about Playing Melancholy Baby?
Playing Melancholy Baby.
Maybe drop
Exactly.
the baby. Like, where'd the baby come
Don't
from?
drop baby.
Don't drop the baby.
Don't tell me what to do.
Oh, who's dropping
Don't-
babies here?
Don't get off the
Better watch
counter.
out for your-
Baby.
watch out. I'm gonna drop you.
Watch
Now
out,
that's the
baby.
title.
Yeah. I Had to Be You is also pretty good. I think that like is invoking Annie Hall. I love Invoking. Because that was one of the songs that
Said a
Diane
lot.
Keaton sings in Annie Hall.
Invoke
Had to Be
Nietzsche.
You.
Yeah.
Isn't that a
Don't.
song?
It's hard
Yes.
to say no.
Correct. That's correct.
Next one. Once again, Reiner, Ephron, and Scheinman chose beautiful locations to highlight the characters' lack of insight. Harry and Sally are as blind to romance as they are to the love growing between them. The same logic was used for Harry's apartment. The windows overlook the Empire State Building. It could be either the loveliest or loneliest view in the world.
Wow.
It's true. They're at a museum too,
A lot of cool places.
and they didn't even.
They're at a
look
park
at
once.
anything.
Just each other.
They were at a park once.
Three more.
Absolutely.
Potential actors in roles in this. Tom Hanks turned down the role of
Yeah.
Harry as he thought the film was too lightweight.
And he did like a trillion things with Meg Ryan. That was
He
like the
did.
thing. And he would do them later as well.
Yeah, Michael Keaton and Albert Brooks were also considered.
Who's
Rob
Albert
Reiner.
Brooks?
Albert Brooks.
He's Michael Keaton.
He is in Drive. He was the voice of Marlin in Finding Nemo.
Oh, the voice of Marlon. He's a weird looking dude. He's a comedian, I guess.
Robert Reiner originally wanted Susan Day to play Sally Albright. When she turned down the part, he approached Elizabeth Perkins, Elizabeth McGovern, and Molly Ringwald.
Ooh.
But then Meg Ryan started lobbying hard for the part and got it eventually.
She got it.
She got it.
Spoiler.
I feel like this movie was casted really well.
Mhm.
Like, I can't imagine Tom Hanks in this role.
Yeah, I don't think he's deadpan enough.
Just watch You've Got Mail
Or Sleepless in Seattle.
or Sleepless in Seattle. Two other Rob Reiner.
Mail, that's a part in Blue's Clues.
You just gotta let it.
Penultimate one.
What if Blue's Clues is in this? Yeah. Blue from Blue's
Steve
Clues.
was hairy.
No, he can't. He's bald.
What if Joe was?
He's up to college
The
or
new
something.
Steve.
Yeah.
Not the old Steve, the new Steve.
New Steve is Joe.
Penultimate fact?
Is it?
Penultimate fact.
Yeah.
When Harry Met Sally was ranked number 6 on AFI's list of the 10 greatest films in the rom-com genre.
Ooh, those Affy boys, American Film Institute. They did it.
And it had Affy's number 33 movie quote of all time. I'll have what she's having.
Ooh, yeah.
What was number 33?
All time.
What was number 1?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
There's no way, dude. I like in day-to-day life, I'll have what she's
I don't think
having or all what it feels like it had more of a cultural impact than frankly my
I don't know if
Dear,
it's
give a damn.
necessarily a cultural impact list. Could just be in
Well,
terms
yeah.
of quality.
I
Other
feel like
ones
if
that
it's
are up there.
quality, it has a cultural impact.
Other ones that are up there are like Rosebud, Here's Looking at You, Kid.
Maybe
No,
most,
I'm
yeah,
Your
it's a whole mix
Father.
of stuff. Impactful moments.
The ones that hit the hardest, and the number one thing that hit the hardest was I don't even care. That was the
Frankly, my
number
dear,
one
I
quote.
don't.
Frankly, my
fuck
dear, fuck
that.
you.
Yeah. I'm getting on a plane and I'm out of here because I'm going to prove how much I don't care. I'm moving. I don't know how that movie goes.
What movie is it?
Casablanca?
It's in
No, that's Gone with the
Casablanca.
Wind, but you were talking about Casablanca.
Yeah, I get them mixed up
Don't do that.
because I thought they were the same thing.
I hate when things
And
are gone with the wind.
They really
I
do
lost
That's what that
someone
movie's
with
about.
this.
They lost their umbrella. Okay, anyways, ultimate
My
fact.
hair's all messed up.
Ultimate fact is awards. Let's do it. Nominated for 1 Oscar for Best Screenplay for Nora Ephron, but it didn't win.
Good for her.
The BAFTAs, it did win for Best Original Screenplay. I mean, it was nominated for Best Film. American Comedy Awards, it won Funniest Actress in a Motion Picture. It won Funniest Actor in a Motion Picture, and was nominated for Funniest Supporting Actress. Nominee for Casting Society of America, Best Casting in a Film.
We love the American Casting
He's
Society.
Nothing. He dropped something. He's picking it up.
Keep going, Brandon.
Directors Guild nominated for Outstanding Directorial Achievement, and Golden Globes, or actually Writers Guild nominated for Best Screenplay, and Golden Globes nominee for Best Motion Picture Comedy or Musical, Best Director, Meg Ryan, Billy Crystal, and Best Screenplay. Didn't win anything though.
I was just going to ask. It didn't win anything?
Not the Golden Globes or the Oscars.
Won a
but the
BAFTA.
BAFTAs it did.
Okay.
It seemed like a pretty
Multitask like that, Lucas.
universally acclaimed example of the screenplay. It seems like that was its biggest strength and what people kind of celebrated at the time.
I mean, the acting was great. I loved the directing. I loved a lot of the camera work.
Yeah.
If I had to say one winner comes out of this movie, I would say it's Nora.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, from the select movies I've seen from this era, they're all a lot more dialogue heavy, and this one's still, even in the ones I've seen, kind of a heavy hitter.
It hits heavy.
Yeah. Breathe heavy. It's a song. You wouldn't get it.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't get that.
Yeah, you don't know how to breathe.
All right.
Asthma having a hand.
God damn.
Sorry.
We're not counting down. We're getting into the movie.
Yes, we are.
Let's just get into the movie.
All right. Good idea, Brandon. Asthma.
Ba-ba!
Is that the Rugrats theme song?
No.
Uh,
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
what's up with Nicole Kidman
the
these
title card.
days?
I was gonna ask you. You keep coming up with a crazy new thing that she's in.
She was actually shrunk into a baby. She's a Rugrat now.
What?
Oh,
She's not in the show. Somebody just hit her with one of those de-agifying rays recently. It was in the
Put her under a
news.
rug?
She is a rat
Yeah.
that just lives under rugs.
They were pranking her. They weren't like wrapping her up in it or anything. They're just, here you go. They lift it up, and she's like, well, that's probably where I should go.
Yeah,
So
finds
now
her
she's
home.
a rug rat. But she also got shrunk.
Yeah. Well, no, de-agifying.
She could be a human-sized rat. What is this, a Star Wars special?
What am I, B. Arthur, singing a song to a rat and buying all his drinks? No, it's not me. It's Nicole Kidman.
Don't
What do
do
you
it.
think about
Yeah.
Nicole?
Are you asking what I think about Nicole or what I think about the proportions of rats of humans that are turned?
Probably
into?
that.
What do you think, without any context, what do you think happened to Nicole between last week and this week?
Between last week and this week, I would say that Nicole got into a racial argument that involved her being turned into a proportionally correctly sized rat that is only able to live on rugs, which severely limits her area of living.
So does she look like a rat, or is she rat-sized Nicole Kidman?
No, she just looks like a normal ass rat.
Does she have like blonde hair?
No, just like a New York City hat.
Just
Rat.
just got like a pork pie hat on.
It kind of makes sense. Didn't we try and
She's
drown
wearing
her
a
last
gown.
week,
We'll
actually?
get back into
Yeah, I
the
think we
Nazi
did try
shit.
and drown her last week.
Which we always do.
People drown rats. Yeah, they put them in bags and throw them in the river.
Is she still married to Nicole Kidman in this rat thing? Or
What?
Married to Keith Urban, sorry.
I don't know who that is.
It depends on if you believe in true love or not, which I think
You're better off.
is what this
Yeah.
movie is all about.
Exactly, in the Holocaust.
It's also what this movie's about.
All right, I think we nailed it.
So she's a rat-sized rat,
Living
That's
on
it.
rugs.
and she's a detective with a little derby hat. like
Wears a little
bowler's
hat. She's still married to Keith Urban.
Okay, because
Is that like a Sherlock Holmes hat?
it's like the round one you wear when you're betting on horses. Like the old the press
Oh,
ones
yeah,
when you're
yeah,
like,
yeah,
sir, and they're
Yeah.
holding up notepads instead of
Yeah,
mics because
yeah.
it's
Okay, I got you.
40s. Yeah, it's those ones even. Like, anyway,
All right,
let's get to these fuckers meeting.
jazzy intro credit to start it. Devin immediately
Classy.
went, I hate intro credits.
Oh, not this kind, Devin. Wrong.
What do you
Wrong.
mean this kind? It's a black screen with a bunch of white
That's
text.
classy.
This is
How's
better
it classy?
than a lot of what we've seen.
It's about as classy as a gravestone. I don't like looking at gravestones.
I didn't like it either. I just get into the movie. Let's get into the movie.
Like, how
That's
can
what
you
it
look
should
at
say.
that and be like, this is good content? I'm just looking at Comic Sans font of different people's names.
Imagine Comic Sans.
You guys are out of your fucking minds.
Thank
It's the classiest shit I've ever been involved in. Sets the mood. You get in here, you think, ooh, I'm not gonna see Justin Timberlake fucking shitting with a boner on the toilet. This is gonna be a movie. You know what I'm saying?
Look, if I went to the theater and I just watched like 20 minutes of trailers for different movies that I didn't come to see and will never come back to see because they're all garbage, just get me back into the movie. Don't do more of a teaser with the opening credits. Just jump in.
Or at least make it a teaser.
It's respecting
and
its
not a black screen. Like,
elders.
show me some scenery. Show me something. You're a
Yeah.
cinematographer. Why did
If
you
your
okay,
movie-
black screen, white text?
That's
If your movie's
exactly.
paced well. You don't need an introduction opening credits if you have a good paced movie. Because if you start off the bat with a ton of action anyway, it's already going to be a bad movie regardless of the opening credits. So fuck them regardless. Get them out of here.
Like,
No.
to think of
Yes.
Hard
Gump.
disagree. I think this is a
Forrest
nod
Gump,
to
at least
film
you watch
history.
the
This is
feather falling down.
This is
Forrest
talking
Gump.
back to Woody Allen. This is Annie Hall. This is Manhattan. This is the classic New York romantic story. We don't need the fucking whatever you guys are talking about. This is a classy joint, you guys. You go to this with your date. You maybe get a martini afterwards. You don't fucking eat hot fries and fruit by the foot on the fucking podcast. You're sitting down with your corn cob pipe and you're watching a real movie.
I don't want to be at
If I-
that classy joint.
Yeah. If I go
Yeah,
to-
get out of here. Get out of my theater.
Yeah.
You're only wearing
Put him by the
shoes.
foot of the
If my
fucking
face is
podcast.
We have a dress code here.
Yelling at her like this.
We're showing When Harry Met Sally. You can see Transformers 900 down the street.
I don't want to see that. I just want to see Harry Met Sally, not Harry Met Sally's credits on a black fucking screen.
Yeah, if
Part
I
of it.
care enough about who wrote it, then I'll watch after. If you did a good enough job to entice me into learning,
They
your name,
know.
I will take the time to learn afterwards.
know.
I don't need to know before.
People
It
deserve
breaks
their
the
respect
illusion.
and credit.
No.
I don't care about that. It's just
the suspense of disbelief is broken right away, and you're like, oh, and here's this really famous guy you know personally in your day-to-day life. Not personally, but you know what I mean. You see him daily in the news because you follow films and all these actors and everything. But if you get in the movie not knowing and not knowing anybody's names, you're like, okay, this is my suspense of disbelief is still there. I can still pretend this is all real and hang out. But you get these credits and you're very aware that everything in front of you is like well constructed to trick you. And in the back of your mind, you're like, I'm being tricked the whole time.
I'm looking at it
Maybe
as
I'm
art.
paranoid. Maybe I describe paranoia. But I don't like them.
I have a very more simple argument. Like, I don't
Yeah,
understand.
it was classy.
I don't understand how you can just look at a black screen with names and be like, wow, this is class. This is the epitome of sophistication, a black screen with white text.
I mean, I've watched enough movies, especially on this podcast, where movies start off just with fucking Dane Cook and some other guy talking about pussy. We got fucking... we got the hottie and the naughty fucking taking dumps on the beach. No.
I prefer that to the opening credits with nothing going on.
That is like from a relationship where your boyfriend beats you and then getting into a relationship where your boyfriend only verbally abuses you and be like, this is fucking fantastic. It's not. It's just, it's less worse than the other thing.
It's a different abuse.
Exactly.
You guys are insane.
They're asinine.
That's an insane analogy.
I'm happy you're on my side, Lucas.
This is classy.
I just,
I don't know why I'm yelling.
This got really heated. This is the most we talked about intro.
And it's establishing the themes of the movie right out the gate without narrative storytelling. It had to be you. It does. It comes back later on. It's the theme of the movie. It does. It totally does. I have my note later on. It happens twice.
There's no credits to play during the movie that we come back to. There's no.
Not the credits. It had to be you. It had to be you. Comes up later on.
What?
It's non-verbally setting it up. It's the theme of the movie. The song.
I don't understand how you can get these ephemeral notions from a black screen with white text.
And music, Devon.
What do you mean?
They didn't get it.
I could make a PowerPoint presentation that's the same goddamn quality. This is
You cannot.
Film. I don't need any black screens.
It's true, he could. I've seen it.
That's insane. It establishes it. It's a classy joint. We're gonna get. It had to be you,
Lucas. You're just a masochist.
Is the name of the song "It Had to Be You"?
Yes.
That's a little better. I can see.
We're swaying him
a little bit. I'm
No.
still mad.
Be steadfast.
What the hell?
I love it.
Anyway.
Okay, I think we went over the intro credits enough.
Yeah, I'm warm.
Yeah.
Heated.
So
My classmate dated Carrie Fisher. Also, is my note for the intro credits.
It was funny because you said like this is kind of like a date movie, and then you go get a martini afterwards. I mentioned this at the end of Love on a Leash last week, but you were gone. This is my parents' first date. They went to go see this film.
Oh hell yeah!
Why? I don't care.
That's beautiful, Brandon.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
This is my parents' first date was to go see this film in theaters.
In theaters.
Yeah. So after these intro credits,
Nice.
these apparently controversial intro credits, you get documentary-style interviews with a couple of how they met. They're very old.
I don't want this. I
How
just
they
want the
love each other.
movie.
Jerry
All right,
Seinfeld.
let's read.
This takes me out of the fucking film. I just want to see Harry and Sally.
Yeah.
Fuck ending, you idiot.
What do you mean? That you're? I don't understand your logic. You're comparing a black screen with white text to.
Because this isn't part of the
Yes,
movie.
that's
Tone of the
Why are we
movie.
rehashing this? What happened? What was I zoning out for?
I was just saying
I
that
just don't understand
this
your
is not
argument.
central to. It's not central to the Harry and Sally storyline. It's extra stuff like the intro credits is. But by your logic, anything that doesn't have to do with Harry meeting Sally, get it out the window. Let's get to the movie. I like my movies to
I
have a
wanna
little
learn about
art.
Berlin.
God damn it.
Harry Met Sally. I don't want to look at a blank.
If
screen.
Devin wants to watch this movie, he sees a 30-second clip where they shake hands and go their separate ways. That's the movie. They make out. I don't know. There's other stuff that makes a good movie.
I just don't understand your logic between a black screen with white text and how it
music.
contributes. What do you mean and
addendum.
music?
There was music.
The music.
Yes, there was music, but it was still a black screen.
What was the music
music
saying?
was
It
the
said it
theme.
had to be you. The rest of the movie, they kind of go the whole part thinking, I
Okay.
don't know who it's going to
That
be.
could've
I
been
don't
a
know who I'm
potential
going to
fucking
end up
title.
with. Is it going to be
Okay,
Harry?
okay,
At the end, it plays, it had to be you. It wraps up in a nice little bow that says,
May I highlight a hypothetical?
No.
Instead of a
Did it
black
play at the
screen
end,
and
too?
white text,
Yes.
let's show some landmark scenes, like some major scenes of just the environment, so it's also visually pleasing, like a fucking visual medium should
We
be,
get there
instead
in a
of the black
second.
screen.
we get there in a second.
Not
We
a
set it
second,
up
like
the
2
classic
goddamn
movie
minutes.
ways.
It is kind of weird.
It's a nod to film history.
It's weird to have a movie start into Chicago and go to New York and not show anything in Chicago when they have like beautiful skylines and architecture.
Because that's not their story.
Their story is a black screen.
Yeah,
Their story is it had to be you.
which started
It
from
did.
nothing, apparently, and not in Chicago.
Every relationship starts from nothing.
or in Chicago.
probably just
because
couldn't
That's where they met.
Film in actual
Harry met
Chicago.
Sally in Chicago, but you see them in a black screen. Anyway,
I'm
what's
so
the next thing that's
heated
going on?
about this? I'm so heated that someone thinks this was a good, classy thing to do.
It was.
That
There's
was
not only
Brandon,
one
You
person.
had to write down classy in your notes. That's what started this. A classy intro credit scene.
I
And
didn't. I
Devin
said
said
Classy.
jazz.
I said it was classy.
You said classy. Okay, somebody said classy. And it set
Someone
the
said
whole thing
classy,
off.
and then I saw red. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it got Devin mad, and I wanted to jump in on that, so I did.
It's
I
classy.
defended Lucas, and we'll agree to
And
disagree.
I'm the dad.
We won't even agree to disagree. We will just disagree.
Just
We
disagree.
will fist fight
Well,
about
it'll
that.
come up again.
I
So
hate that
it's-
phrase. It's just disagreeing.
After
Like
that
a little
documentary style interview
Yeah.
with a couple of how they met, it's about just, they met each other, they fell in love, they've been together all this time. Through all the trials and tribulations, they're together. And you get University of Chicago, 1977. Harry's making out with a girl, saying they love each other, when Sally shows up to pick him up on the way to New York City. She's a good friend of Amanda.
Amanda Reese.
And yeah, so they're best friends. She's picking up Harry, taking him to New York City with her. And they're in the car, they're chatting while he eats seeded grapes. Who eats seeded grapes anymore?
Good quote.
Who
It
makes
is
theater
a.
scenes with just black screens anymore?
Fuck off! Or
I
the
mean-
grapes.
All right.
Be mad about that now.
I'm just really mad, apparently.
Or just really drunk.
That could
I'm
be
sobering up.
He does spit on the window. Yeah,
so funny.
that is pretty funny.
You want a grape?
Doesn't even
eats
look.
His own grape and yes. I'll roll the window down. Like he's doing her a favor after spitting on the glass.
He's as he rolls the window down, it mushes all the grape stuff into the.
Yeah. Let me help you out here, kid.
But
He's very
on their
brusque.
way-
He's
they talk
obsessed
about-
with death.
yeah, they talk about death
like
and
brusque.
dark sides.
Yeah, this reminds you of anything? Annie Hall. This whole movie is kind of invoking Annie Hall, like I said. Remember how he was so obsessed with death and morality?
Yes, he was.
He's a neurotic
also-
New Yorker.
It's also invoking Star Wars because dark side.
Yeah,
And
and
Cthulhu.
Nietzsche and Socrates and I don't know. My dad probably said something similar when he was born. It's invoking a lot of things.
I like how you lumped your dad with Nietzsche, Socrates, and Star Wars.
Yeah, he's a weird
The
guy.
big four: Star Wars, Socrates, Nietzsche, and Levi. Well,
Just name drop my dad.
I've name dropped him like 3 times.
You have. It's
Yeah.
weird every time. Like it's fine, but it feels weird to me for some reason.
But yeah, so they argue a lot. They have very bold takes on Casablanca and even quality sex as they pull up to a diner.
They have talks about quality sex. Yeah.
And I put my note here is just Harry
Weird
is very
syntax.
Have some good
Harry
quality.
is very correct about the name
They pulled
Shelby.
into a restaurant and had some good quality sex.
Yeah,
But the
sorry.
name what? Sorry.
Harry had a very correct take on the name Sheldon.
Seems a little harsh.
Yeah, a little subjective, Brandon. You're kind of shitting on all the Sheldons that listen to this podcast right now.
I don't think I've ever met a single Sheldon I know.
And now you never
I
will
know
because they're
several.
avoiding you like the plague.
I know a Shelton. He's a gigantic fella.
Shit, like of the T?
Yeah.
Could he fuck? Because
Oh, I'm
Sheldon's
sure.
can't. Okay, but Shelton can.
It's because he doesn't have patchy facial
I was
hair.
gonna say Sheldon can't fuck and he has horrible facial hair, and he's just a nerd.
Why'd you look at me?
I looked at both of you.
It was our bit that we did.
Oh, this ain't Pat. This is very groomed.
I'm good.
Just to spite you, I'm making myself a Hitler mustache.
I'm growing it out again.
Well, anyway, after all this and the Sheldon, she's very particular about her food and things on the side and all that stuff. But my biggest question about their whole conversation about her like past relationships is why wouldn't her panty company make Sunday underwear?
Because of God.
Because
God doesn't want you to wear underwear on Sundays?
He doesn't want to be on your privates.
Yeah, he doesn't want his day of rest to be sullied by your promiscuity.
I was just thinking God wanted you to go commando on Sundays.
No. He just didn't want to be involved with all that shit.
Leave it to yourself. Yeah.
Leave it to Beaver.
Leave it to Beaver.
Good pun.
Ooh, great pun actually.
I didn't even notice that it was
He
a pun.
stumbled
I was
into
just
it.
saying something.
I
Yeah.
know he didn't.
I'm just an idiot, but Harry tells her she's a very attractive woman.
Why did Beaver ever become that? Sorry, we don't need to talk about that.
He tells her
The
she's a very
tail.
attractive woman. She's
That's
upset.
what it is.
Beaver tail. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I doesn't help me either. I don't know what a beaver's tail looks like.
it's thick boy.
Okay.
Like a
Almost
roast
like
beef
rubbery.
sandwich. Anyways, my notice here, it's basically Seinfeld meets Annie Hall. I got a lot of Seinfeld influence, or like, it seemed like it could have been a long form Seinfeld episode, basically, when Harry
What
met
year
Sally.
did Seinfeld start?
I think it started I think it started in '89, in all honesty.
I thought it was 88, but yeah, you could be right.
I don't know how to do a Jerry Seinfeld impression.
89 to 98. So yeah, I mean, maybe
What's the
that's
deal
just
with meeting Sally.
maybe that was
Pretty
just
good.
like the predominant comedic culture at the time in New York, which makes sense. They're both like New York movies in 1989 movie show.
Yeah.
But they were similar themes, a lot of it, I thought too, like
Mhm.
finding particular things that your girlfriend does that you want to dump her, etc.
Isn't that like every episode of Seinfeld?
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen
That's
it, but
what
I
he
feel
just said.
like I wasn't
You
listening.
see Seinfeld?
No.
Of a pox on your family.
No, not a pox.
On Levi.
On my home.
On
Yeah,
Levi.
But nobody else. Not
Levi gets
Nietzsche,
poxed.
Not Nietzsche. A pox on your philosophers.
Well,
And your dad.
he tells her she's very attractive as they're getting ready to leave. She gets upset because he's dating her friends, and they leave the diner. They're driving. When they just start to talk about if a man and a woman can be friends, they decide that they can't, and so they won't be friends.
Not they.
He decides.
Yeah, and she's like, well, fine.
They
So they're
shake
not gonna
hands
be
and
friends.
off they go.
Shake hands. Yeah, it's very formal. They made
Yeah.
a deal.
But there's always, and I think this is a brilliant part of the movie, there's always like just a touch of hesitation on both of their eyes. They're not just both like, because if this was Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, whatever, they would just shake their hand and be like, oh, see you later. But in this one, they're like, hesitate for a second. You know what I mean?
I hate that you always throw friends with benefits under the bus and not Good Luck Chuck or Valentine's Day or any of the ones we've done in this month.
That's
so
just
far.
like
Search Brandon's favorite movie.
that one just is such a commercial rom-com in my opinion. And the other ones are bad for other reasons as well.
Okay, I guess that's fair.
It's not fair.
It's fair.
It's classy.
Do you remember Good Luck Chuck, Brandon?
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah.
That one's just like
Only
crude and
more
and crude and bad. You're right, but Friends with Benefits is like just like a big corporate thing. I think of the artificial rom-com.
We hate the corporate.
It's pretty artificial rom-com aside from the Richard Jenkins Alzheimer's story.
He was good. Yeah, you're right. That was the more original wrinkle, and that is the good part of the movie.
Capitalism and Jews. Is there anything else I need to catch up on?
That second thing I
Whoa.
didn't say that.
I missed most of this until I heard the
We
Jews.
do not hate
I
Jews.
thought that was just a general consensus we came to.
No.
We don't.
With me,
We love them
No,
more than
okay,
everybody
we
else,
love
in
the
fact.
Jews.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm slowly catching up.
Love them too much.
I'm trying to fill Devon in, and he's
We hate everybody
not
else.
Nazis is what you're saying.
Or the opposite.
Fuck, dude, I gotta take all the swastikas I put on my jackets.
Whoa!
He ironed them in too.
Yeah, dude, they were the Iron and Patches.
Just
I got
donate him to a
fucking
local
tattoo on
production
my
of The
calf.
Sound of Music.
I was trying to
A local,
identify.
Yeah.
local elementary school
Pretend
production
you,
of The
yeah,
Sound of
you
Music.
turn it into charity work. That's a genius idea.
That's a write-off.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they get to New York
You don't
City.
have to pay
They
taxes.
part ways.
You get some more old weirdos.
You get another old couple, how they fell in love, and now it's already 5 years later. Sally's in an airport making out with a man. This is Joe. When
This is
Harry
Joe.
walks by, sees them, creeps his way back over, and then he's like, "Oh, what's up, Joe?" That was a nice little twist.
They're buddies.
A twist.
It is a good little twist. And he's like can't place her, right? That's his like, who are you?
No, he's faking it.
I
He
thought
is kind of faking
faking
it.
But yeah, he doesn't acknowledge Sally like he never knew her. Sally tells Joe all about him and how she can be so forgetful, but they still love each other. And she ends up boarding the plane, and of course, Harry is right behind her on the plane. Here's
Yeah, that's
her-
a funny thing because he's like, "Hey, can I sit next to her?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, sure." And then she's like, "No, oh god damn it."
No, I think the other guy was like, "Hey, you
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
switch me seats?" Like
Yeah.
he was like, "You could switch if you want."
Yeah, she's about to say no, and he says, "Yeah, thanks, man."
And I think he noticed that it was her in front of him when it was
Yeah.
she's ordering her very particular Bloody Mary.
Yeah, this whole scene kind of cracked me up when he's still behind her in the aisle because she's doing things and he remembers, so he's like getting really close up to her. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, yeah, that's her. Then she'll do another like idiosyncratic thing and lean real close to her. It's cute.
On the plane, Harry talks
Better
about how he
than
can't
Bradley Cooper and
remember-
Julia Roberts on the plane.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they weren't interested in each other.
Harry
out.
can't remember his ex-girlfriend's name as well. Like she's like, "Oh, I can't remember either," but telling Sandy that he's getting married because he's tired of the whole dating lifestyle. She's kind of amazed that a guy like him is getting married.
This is where you see that they're both kind of the same person too. Well, similar people, just with different perspectives on.
Yeah,
life.
they don't share a
And
body
genitals.
No. But when
and genitals.
she and Joe were talking, like he walks away and she's like, "Thank God he didn't recognize me," at the airport because he was going out with this girl and made a pass at me, and I was like, "Oh, what was her name?" She was like, "My best friend." She finally remembers it, and then on the plane, he's like, "What was her name?" "Amanda Rice." And she goes, "Amanda Reese." I can't believe you didn't remember her name. Like neither of them remembered her, and they
Yeah.
only cared about each other. But they just the way they attack life is so different. But they, it definitely feeds into "It Had to Be You" kind of.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a great point.
I just thought that should be mentioned.
Well,
That was a great point.
they land or they're
Awarded.
maybe they're in the sky. Anyway, Harry
Point.
asks her to dinner as just friends. When they rehash the women and men can't be friends talk, Harry does make an amendment to it though, saying like if they're in relationships, it doesn't matter.
But then he walks it back still.
Yeah, he does. And so they're not going to go to dinner. You get another interview, and these old couple, there's a lot of divorces here. But they ended up
Yeah.
together, and that wife knew every single person he'd slept with up to that point. She had the receipts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet she
Yeah.
runs the roost.
She wears the skirt.
She wears that skirt.
She wears the pants.
What about the skirt?
She wears the kilt.
Oh.
Yeah.
And after that interview, it's another 5 years later. Sally.
That surprised me how much time it went by. Like I thought, rom-coms like this, it's usually like 2 months, like 3 months. You know what I mean? 4 weeks later,
Yeah.
or whatever. This is like a good chunk of time they have to get through, which is like makes
It's
it
funny because
more
when we
grand
turned it-
almost.
when we turned it on, Seth and Devon and Marina were all like, "Oh, I thought this was just gonna." Like when they arrived in New York, they were like, "Oh, I thought it was
Just
gonna
meet
be
cute."
mostly the car ride was the whole movie, right?"
Yeah, I thought
Like
it was
driving
just
Miss
gonna be about
Daisy.
the car ride from Chicago to New York.
And that'd be an interesting
Yeah, like
movie
a driving
too, but
Miss Daisy.
I like the more grand scale of this for sure. Have you guys all seen this movie before? I bet you
I've never
have,
seen
Brandon.
this.
I have seen it once, but I was so young, like not enough to really appreciate what it was.
When you're in your movie
I've
phase.
not seen it.
Yeah, Seth and Devon
Okay,
were new into it.
I had not seen it either. I just knew of its being like a really good example of movie. So I was saying, Seth, it surprised me when after this cut, it was 5 years later. I'm like, wow, this is like a pretty long timeline, a pretty grand scale. They're not just normally rom-coms like 2 weeks, 2 months later.
Yeah, and the 5 years implies there's gonna probably be another time cut or time skip.
For sure, there has
And
been
this
a
is
couple.
the second one.
This is the second one.
Because after the airport, they jump 5 years later. Sally's at lunch with her new friends, Carrie Fisher and whoever the other one was.
And I thought both of these women look like Carrie Fisher.
They kind of did.
They could have been both.
You said the one looked like a white-faced Maya Rudolph.
I did. It looked like
Ooh,
my
kind
Rudolph
of.
with white face. Yeah.
Paul Thomas Anderson's wife.
Oh shit, she is.
Maya Rudolph?
Mm-hmm.
What? You love Paul Thomas Anderson, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. I knew. I was just being the jokester.
Well, she's at this lunch. She tells him that she's broken up with Joe. She's not upset at all about it either. She's like, it wasn't meant. And
Different values.
Carrie Fisher Marie, played by Carrie Fisher, is trying to set her up with her friends. She got a bunch of like business cards she's pulling out that she dog ears if they're single or married. But she's not very good at this.
Because she's like, her thing is she's into married guys for a while.
Oh, that's right. Because she was sleeping with that married
The
dude.
same married guy for a while.
Yeah. Why was she dating the guy on the houseboat, sleeping with him and Drop Dead Fred? She liked a married dude.
Yeah, that charm. Was he? Oh, he was married, huh? Yeah.
Drop Dead Fred?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
he
movie
should
does
have died.
invoke it a little bit. Or
Imagine
maybe
if Fred
Drop Dead
showed.
Fred invokes-
Just imagine this like one of these sweet scenes where they're falling in love without even knowing it, and then fucking Fred comes out of here and starts bouncing off the walls. Now you see. Now you see a little bit of what I mean about that movie.
That's true. But luckily, that's a different movie.
Close one.
Close call.
Almost had a catastrophe.
He thought about it.
Fred thought about making an appearance.
This next scene, I laughed so much in. It's Harry with his friend Jess at a Giants versus Lions football game.
Oh, he's
telling him how he's getting divorced.
Yeah, this is
and
funny.
How she's cheating on him, but every time he says something super grim, the wave comes by, so they have to stand up.
They gotta do the wave. That is great.
Do you have some quotes from this?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, but
I don't.
It's just it's like Brandon said, super grim parts. Like one of them's he's like, I finally realized like maybe she just never loved me. So I was like, I love you. Doesn't that mean anything? She's like, I don't think I love you anymore. Maybe I never did. And then they both jump up into the wave.
You won't believe this. We're getting a divorce. And even more, she was cheating on me.
Yeah.
Oh, I did have one. It was with Mr. Zero or something.
Oh,
that was very good.
Guy.
Oh, that was right.
But so yeah, that was a hilarious scene, but it's sad. You see where he's at in life, and he talks about the whole story. Mr. Zero and the moving company is a lie. Caught her cheating, and then Sally's at a bookstore with Marie, and Harry's in there unintentionally spying
He's
on
being
her.
gross in personal growth.
What?
That's my note. He's being gross in personal growth. Because he's in that book section creeping on her.
Yeah. But Marie wants her to go to talk to him because he's cute, but she's like, it doesn't matter. He's married. It's not going to happen. He approaches her and they talk about how both their relationship ended. And now they're both getting coffee or tea or something together. Maybe a caramel macchiato.
Maybe.
Oh, Devon's back in.
He loves caramel macchiato.
I still don't know what a caramel macchiato is.
But he enjoys them.
It was okay. It was nothing special, but like, what is it? What is a macchiato? What is a cappuccino? What is an Americano?
Cappuccino is a lot of foam when you steam the milk. You
Americano
it with a lot of air in it. Americanos with half water, half coffee.
Yeah.
What is a latte?
Latte is less foam and
Milk.
less air going in. You just get it really heated, but a little bit of foam still.
What is a
coffee
caramel macchiato?
too?
Macchiato, I don't remember. I think macchiato is like
It's
a lot
coffee.
more sugar in it. Macchiato's just coffee. Macchiato's a cup of Joe.
Oh,
Yeah.
it tastes
Cuppa.
really sweet.
I think it's like a lot of sugar added. You know what?
Is
guys?
a
Cuppa.
triple mocha frappuccino just a coffee?
A frappuccino is a blended coffee drink.
Frozen.
It's a frozen cappuccino, which doesn't make sense because it's not frothy, which is what a cappuccino is supposed to be.
A frappuccino is a frozen cappuccino?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That makes so much sense now that I'm thinking about it.
But it also makes no sense once you know what a cappuccino is.
because it's not frothy.
Because it's not, that's what a cappuccino is supposed to have a lot of foam.
I'm glad we had this coffee tangent.
But we're
Please look
wondering
up what a caramel macchiato is.
I'm
We're
just
just
looking-
Anyway,
what a macchiato is.
They went on a little coffee date to catch up.
What is it?
That's the gist of it.
What is a masochist? I know what a masochist is.
That's like when you.
What about nefarious?
What about pouting?
Espresso coffee drink with a small amount of milk, usually foamed.
That's right. They got
Just
that.
like a latte.
In Italian, it means stained or spotted, so the literal translation is stained coffee or marked coffee.
They got that
I
at the
don't know.
restaurant.
I'll learn that later. Who cares?
Well,
That's what they got.
yeah, they get this little coffee date. They catch up. Sally talks about how they never planned on getting married, her and Joe. But her attitude about it all changed because she wanted a family, but he didn't. He wanted to stay adventurous, do all the things that they were planning on doing that never did. And they end up walking with like this beautiful backdrop in the park, talking about how they used to hate each other, but now can tolerate each other.
Now they're
my note.
buds.
My note was, oh shit! She asked her to dinner.
A friend dinner, sort of.
Yes.
Tables have turned.
They both recognize that
The terms have
there's
tabled.
romance is not on the tables that have not been turned
Correct.
yet.
Well, I meant just like the asking to dinner part. But yeah, they're still friends.
Correct.
And now you get one
That's
more old couple interview, just both telling like the same story at the same time.
It's kind of
Like,
cool.
She keeps interjecting him with a different detail.
It gave me such a headache.
I loved it. I thought it was so funny. She's like, he was like, I lived on the 12th floor. I lived on the 3rd floor.
Oh, I like this story a lot too because it was all these similarities of them growing up, and like they went to the same school, whatever. And they're like, we never met until we both went to Chicago one random weekend and saw each other there.
Yeah.
And he rode the elevator
Destiny.
all the way up with me. Yeah.
I did like the story. Just them talking simultaneously made me feel like I was going insane.
But not the other simultaneous talking scene coming up later.
Maybe.
That was cool.
Well,
When they
after
astral
that interview,
projected.
after that interview, might be like
They all
one of
became
my
one.
favorite scenes. It's Harry and Sally talking.
It's a
on
very
the phone,
cool aesthetic scene.
Watching Casablanca
That is
at a
cool.
distance.
There's
Talking about sleep and depression while you get to visualize their own lives spending some time together as well.
this. They're like on like a little Skype date sort of thing, watching the same movie together. There was also a really cool shot before that too, because they're both like acting like depressed, and they're saying, well, "I'm not depressed. You're not depressed." And there's this cool shot of him in this gorgeous apartment outside a set, like right by the Empire State Building. He's sitting there sadly flipping cards into a bowl. I was like,
Yeah.
that's a cool looking shot.
He got really good at it too.
He
He only
was
missed,
good
like,
at it.
2 of them.
Every time it was his apartment, I was like, this is an amazing apartment. Like, but he didn't appreciate it because his heart wasn't in the right place.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have this like little phone date, friend date kind of thing. They talk, they're watching Casablanca, and you get the dual screen. You finally see both of them talking on the phone. And she's like, I'm tired, I'm going to get to go to bed. And he's like, okay, I'll moan or something.
It's like their heads are on each other.
Yeah, they're both leaning towards each other.
It's
and
the
as she
the
turns out the light, her
Yeah.
screen, half of the screen goes black and it's just him. I was like, that's fucking good.
That's
And he's
good.
still
And
moaning. Is the
yeah,
important part.
exactly. He was like doing fake moans to say like, haha, I'm not really sad. And then after she goes, they turn into real moans. He is really sad.
Can I get a Hoya?
That voicemail?
No, don't give him a Hoya.
Oh yeah.
Voicemail. I love you.
I
miss you.
you.
Good harmonizing voice.
Well, after this beautiful scene making, What did I just
Scene
say?
making.
Did you write that too?
No,
Oh, okay.
I just said that.
Yeah, maybe just beautiful scene.
After this
Filmmaking,
beautiful
I think.
filmmaking or scene, but not combined.
And scene.
They're taking a walk in the park together, talking about sex dreams, talking in weird accents. When he asked her out, but she's like, "Oh, I already have a hot date."
Did you? This is how Fred Armisen was born. How they were talking to each other right here, because they were like Pepper, am I?
Pepper.
And then
Yeah.
Fred Armisen just sprouted out.
Yeah. Fred Armisen was born in 1989.
From that accent.
Yeah. This is the funniest thing I've ever heard, crawling out of the womb. I need to say
That's-
Pepper
that's
on
his
national
thing.
television
Pepper.
right now.
I
You
was
guys ever heard of
laughing.
Portlandia in 1989.
No, you're
Put the
weird.
baby
He's
back in.
naked.
Put him down.
Yeah.
We're putting a baby down?
Well, if it's Fred
Maybe Fred
Armisen's
Armisen.
sentience, yeah.
Oh, okay. But she was, after the hot date, she was like, you need to see if you can find someone too. You haven't been with anybody since Helen. So now they're rolling out a rug in his apartment, talking about their dates they've been on and how bad they've been.
Yeah, and it's.
Anybody take the Ethiopian quote?
I did a little
I just
bit.
had there's
Okay.
a joke about Ethiopia.
Yeah, we'll save it. But they've had bad dates.
I just paraphrased.
Nothing's been going good. And Harry's at the batting cage with Jess, talking about how nice it is to have a female friend that he is not trying to have sex with. He gets like a new perspective on things.
What?
Why did you give a thumbs up to Devon?
Just making sure he's good over here.
Oh, okay. Are you good? Don't do that.
Does this
Daddy.
answer your question?
Daddy-o.
Ruffles 40 fruit roll-up wrappers around. Yeah, he's fine. I know the sound of someone being fine, and it's a bunch of candy under their pillowcases.
Devin ate 3,000 calories of snacks and fell asleep on the podcast. He's all right.
He's better than he's ever been. Same as it ever was.
But yeah, he's yeah. But he's just happy to have a friend that he can talk to, that he doesn't have to worry about sex confusing things. A female friend.
Yeah, he's confused about sex.
And they're having lunch at a diner, and this is the classic scene. She's talking about how, you know, he's saying all these women have great times with him, and she's like, maybe they're faking orgasms. This is the classic scene. We've already said the quote. We'll use it again. I'll have what she's having when she fakes the orgasm in the fucking deli. It's amazing. What are you guys typing?
It is a classic. You're right.
But yeah, it's very classic. You guys were all laughing like a lot
Yeah.
at the orgasm scene.
It was really like
It's good.
it's good.
It was believable.
It's long.
It's a minute long.
And builds and builds. You're like, oh, it's about to finish. Oh, it's about to finish. No, she
Yeah.
keeps going.
And then she finishes.
And then
Stop doing that.
it's pretty good acting from Billy Crystal too, because he is like, what the fuck, she's doing this in public, but then at the end he's like, damn, like maybe they were faking. Jesus.
Yeah.
He does have a tinge of self-doubt.
You got me. Yeah. Well,
It's-
the best part of the scene is that once you know that Meg Ryan was method acting, it means she was just like coming for real on screen.
Yeah.
There. They don't show you, but she's got her hand in her pants under the table there.
Flicking
They
the
edited
beam.
out.
Nice.
Yeah. That's a great.
Thanks for
line
that, Seth.
Actually, for cinema, I think they have cinematographic vibrators.
Oh, the ones that you control via your phone?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit,
Yeah, they
okay.
just put it in, and she
Yeah.
in 1989.
Yeah.
That's
It-
been around for a while, but they didn't trust the public with it until they could monetize it. And now that you can with like, I don't know, Chatterbait and Twitch and all that good shit.
TikTok.
Now people are like,
Chatterbait.
well, now- yeah. You can make money off it now.
I read a little thing about this that on AFI's like top 100 quotes of all time, this is the only one that's said by a non-credited actor. That I'll
Oh,
have
that's
what she's
a
having.
good note.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
The person who said it
Now
is,
that's a fun fact.
is Rob Reiner's mom, the director's mom.
Ha. Gave her the
He
best
just
line.
had her
That's so
come in for this
cute.
movie and say, "I'll have what she's having."
Yeah.
Hey, Mom, I need you to watch this girl fake cum, and then say, "I'll have what she's
Yeah.
having."
And then say you want a fake cum too.
Thanks, Mom.
Sure celebrated the filmmaker's
Yeah.
son, Rob Reiner.
What are we having for dinner tonight? Lasagna?
Yeah.
Great.
And this is 1989. He had to Morse that over to her too. In Morse code.
Morb.
He did have to Morse it over to her. They
Like
cost
they come for a
$600
movie
billion.
bomb.
he's morsing the orgasm like yes, yes, yes.
That's the
Oh
spot.
God. Harder, quicker, harder.
Oh,
Oh,
Harder.
fuck me harder. Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Because it
yes.
takes.
Ah!
It would take 90 minutes to read that in Morse code too. That's so many beeps. Like for like emergency messages, but like imagine using it to like sext.
Do
You
think
send it
just
like nudes.
Morse
through
code sexting?
Yeah.
Morse code nudes.
Do you think
Morse
just
code
Yeah.
nudes.
like
Yeah.
historical?
Just beep 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 beep. Tits. Beep 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 beep.
Uh,
Penis.
Someone
Tits.
has had to have sexted over like Morse code.
I mean,
right?
Shakespeare
For
did
sure,
and stuff like that.
anthropological
Yeah.
reasons.
Shakespeare
this
did?
had to have happened.
That's one of our most primal desires that we all push
Yeah,
in
there's-
the back of our brains. Is
He
just
has some really gnarly sonnets
I
out
don't push
there
it that far back.
about
I'm
pubic
right
hair and
there
stuff
all
like
the time.
that.
Oh, it's right before
Eating ass.
Shakespeare was eating ass nonstop.
nonstop.
Yeah.
I
He's
mean,
eating all the
not
bread.
he's not a lie. Just for pleasure. Yeah, and then it's New Year's.
Yeah, so now it's New Year's, or you get this quick little Christmas in New York City scene with Harry Connick Jr. Devon was pissed that it wasn't Louis Armstrong,
I was so mad.
Yeah,
but you get to see them just doing
just some Christmas jerk.
like some couple activities, but they're just friends. He's helping her get a Christmas tree and stuff, and then they're at a New Year's Eve party together. They're slow dancing together, and I put that this spinning, like as the camera turns 360 degrees, or as they turn, you get to see their emotions on their face change each time they turn around. As they slowly embrace each other, their heads touch. You see them shocked at first, then you see them calm with their eyes closed, and then you see them thinking afterwards. It's amazing as it spins and spins and spins, and I was loving it. But they end up
Sorry.
But they end up going outside to get some air as the ball's about to drop, and it drops, and they share just the tiniest little awkward kiss.
Yeah, they lick each other.
That was so quiet.
They
The
lick
noise
each
gate
other.
is going to get rid of that.
I said it.
They lick each other, yeah. They lick each other! Devin.
Sorry.
The
Now
noise
they
gate is
know.
not going to get rid of that.
But
But yeah,
Noisegate is gonna send me a complaint.
they share a tiny little pet. You see them look at each other. They share this look. They're about to have a passionate kiss, but then they're like,
kiss,
nah.
kiss.
centripetal.
Nice.
But yeah, after that, I did put that I don't like the freeze frame, and we kind of talked about that. After they kissed, there was a little freeze frame
Never like a freeze frame.
into another interview of people saying they just knew immediately when they saw somebody else. It was love at first sight, basically. Lucas is just gone.
This kiss. I'm doing it. He's gonna think it's funny later. He always laughs when I sing that song.
He always
Unfuckable. He always laughs at it. The one time I did it, that's 100% success
Fuck
rate.
me a bowl.
Fuck me a bowl.
Lucas, if you don't like minorities, say nothing.
Oh!
This is not gonna play well with our audience.
Or Lucas when he hears this. Actually, he might just have his wireless headphones on and
He
just
hears
heard this
all
whole
this.
thing. Yeah.
It's still gonna be a fun little treat to come back to when he's like, you know what? No, it's gonna be the exact.
He's
same.
in the other room just screaming, yes, yeah, like, I'm saying
Wait, I
something.
love minorities.
But the
I'm
mic's
the
not
biggest
picking
fan
up.
of minorities. I love them so much. It's actually like 2 races. now.
It's weird how much I like minorities.
Yeah, I tried to be so not racist that it became more racist than ever by liking them
That's-
too much.
I
That's why
liked minorities so much I colored myself black, and apparently that's racist.
No
that's
one
why he-
told me.
That's why he started a podcast with 2 Mexican
Well,
men.
And I'm
one
Polish.
Mexican and one pseudo Mexican.
Which one are you?
I will never admit. I mean, come on, he's so white.
I had to-
Remember when we were driving to Bozeman, and we said it would be more likely that I'd be racially profiled as white than Mexican.
That was a bit we were doing. I was like, wouldn't it be funny if somebody as a cop pulled over Brandon? They're like, hey, say how fast you're going. Just this.
I'm like, ¿por qué?
No, Brandon's like, excuse me, like speaking very formally, and they're just like,
This fucking beater. He's literally the most American dude. He looks like he hates Mexicans, doesn't he?
What the fuck?
he does. He do be looking. Oh, that was it.
He does.
That was a good bit, though.
Let's get back into the movie.
Lucas is back. Idea. In a way.
But now after that interview, Harry and Sally have set each other up with their best friends, Jess and Marie, and they're on this double date together. It was a little weird, but the dates are going bad until Marie and Jess really connect over New York Times food blogs or something.
Yeah, it was the blog that he wrote.
Yeah.
He said that restaurants are to the 80s what theater was to the 60s. The meaning in like the upper echelon of assholes are so pretentious about this. Like,
What is the 2020s?
The 2020s one? Any social media app.
What was the 2000s?
2000s was skateboards and pop punk.
So it went from theater to restaurants
Yeah,
to skateboards and pop punk
yeah,
to social media.
yeah.
Okay. I wonder what 2040 will be. The metaverse?
Dick grabbing.
Yeah, it's something sexual.
We're gonna backtrack by 2040.
I mean, I
so.
assume at some point technology is going to advance so much that like normal sex is going to be less euphoric than artificial sex.
Yeah, I mean, they already make like cock rings and shit.
That's why Seth
Yeah.
and I have been building up to making out on the podcast.
It's
Yeah.
just like a whole.
Temptation's the best sauce. But so is not giving a shit.
Oh.
that's me making out with Brandon.
Well,
I hope that sound doesn't come up because I don't want to do that.
Whoa,
I don't want to hear that
I
later.
think it
when I
is.
listen to it.
well,
Shit.
You guys still need to kiss so Kelly can send me money.
don't bump the table.
You were on the pro kissing side.
Of course
Dude,
he was.
I am the pro kissing.
I mean, well, me too.
He is the chairman of Pro Kids.
Like if Brandon was,
I financially benefit from you guys kissing.
And he just wants to see it anyway.
And now I'm in person. I mean, don't worry, guys. I'm blackout. If you do it, I won't remember.
You didn't see that.
Well,
and-
Lucas is left again. He heard
Anyway.
about kissing. And...
After they
Boys
set their two
kissing,
friends
ew.
up, Marie and Jess promise to not pursue the other person for a while. They're vulnerable, but then they immediately get a cab together and leave.
Yeah,
And
that was a good scene.
another interview with an arranged marriage from like an Asian couple.
Arranged marriage, like from 100 meters away. Sniped
No,
marriage.
I thought you were gonna make a joke about deranged or something.
No, they were so
Deranged.
far away. It's arranged marriage.
Yeah, I
or
get
they're
it.
on like a farm.
Yeah,
But-
free range.
Yeah, free-range marriage.
Okay, I'm back.
Neither of the spouses were held inside a fence before they were married. Welcome back, Lucas.
Thank you. Sorry.
Things got
No, it's
weird
okay.
while you were gone.
Sounds like
Well,
it.
free marriage.
We were trying to buy time for a little bit, and it turned into like the riffing hour. It was Dirty Brandon and the boys.
Ah.
There he is.
There he is.
But yeah, they get a cab
Free
together.
man is
You
the
get this
tray.
interview with the arranged married
That's
Asian
right.
couple.
I was forgetting about it.
Apparently, he went out of his way to see her before their wedding. He wanted to see her,
Before her wedding,
their wedding.
their wedding.
And it's 4 months later. Harry and Sally are together. They're shopping for a present
That sharper
for Jess
image.
and Marie. That sharper image. And they're singing together in this little karaoke machine when he spots Helen, his ex-wife, who, dick move, comes up to introduce her new husband to him.
Yeah, but she's
Dick
hot,
move.
so it's fine.
And her husband's heads look like a penis, dude. Like how the hair is shaped, it's
Circumcised or
circumcised.
He's a tax attorney.
what every woman dreams of.
I just want to settle down with a tax attorney one day.
If so, If any of us have a kid, are we ever circumcising? What are your views on this?
No.
I did not circumcise my son.
Brandon, please don't.
I probably will. I don't know, actually.
It feels weird to just like, my baby's born and I'm like, I can't wait to cut off this little part of him.
Especially because it's so religious. It's like a religious thing that's become a cultural thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to cut off a part of your dick. It just seems wrong.
Yeah, it was a big thing in the 20s. People were like, people are masturbating too much. No, we stop it. We circumcise them so they feel less sensitive to things. Like, they don't feel as aroused by normal things because they don't have that in them anymore. They're like,
Jesus, is that really?
Yeah, for real, that's how it came about. They're like, if they're circumcised, they won't feel the normal pleasures that you would with a normal. This is feeling gross the more I say it, but it is true. Like that's what happens. That'll get them to masturbate less because it'll be harder for them to do it, and they won't be as aroused as often.
Are all of us circumcised here?
Yep.
How much are we missing out on? Are you not?
No, I am.
Every one of us is What's next in the movie, Brandon?
Well, I'm just thinking.
We can move past the penis head guy.
It feels like
they mean the sharper
feels like
image.
I'm missing out on something that I feel. It feels like I'm colorblind.
Brandon's
can't see
colorblind.
colors.
He refuses to see colors. What's next after the sharper image? Where do they go?
Sorry, I'm caught up on this.
So
I can't move on.
So after he sees Helen, they are at Marie and Jess's. They live together now, and he kind of snaps at them about prenups, basically, like, put your name in everything, you know.
Oh, yeah.
If you go through a divorce, you're going to lose everything. And he goes outside, Sally follows, and they fight about how she doesn't show emotion or have any feelings for the loss of Joe. And she snaps back at him, yells like, fuck you, and he tells her to wait.
Yeah, fuck you.
And then he just apologizes.
Yeah, it was so sweet.
And they
so
hug.
Cute.
That was
And
sweet.
I was crying. Oh,
Brandon,
You were crying here.
I cried 3 times in this film.
Seth disassociated.
Seth hears him apologize, and he's floating out of his body.
The apology had a trauma response, blacked out, woke up in Cuba.
Got called out so specifically again. It's true.
No, he doesn't have object permanence, folks.
That's why I disassociate, because I don't know where things are. I lost them mentally.
But now it's a little while later. They're at a party playing Pictionary. And
Pictionary
Sally
party.
kissed a new man.
Underground pizza.
Looks like
And
Bob
he kissed
Saget.
a new girl.
The baby?
Me and Brandon.
No, the
fucking
man she was kissing.
Oh, yeah.
flamed up.
Yeah, we were. Seth's like, why are you guys upset? We're like, no!
What the fuck? It's been 10 goddamn years.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We're stealing quotes now, are we?
Was your quote just me yelling no?
Well, Devon said something. I guess I'll quote it
Oh,
later
okay.
anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they both kiss somebody new, and then they both go to separate rooms complaining to their best friends about their new partners, or like the other person's partners, how it doesn't fit their personality.
He doesn't even like sweets.
She doesn't like baseball.
Yeah.
Things like that. And it's
Yeah.
the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Sally calls Harry that Joe is getting married. She needs him to come over. She's having a breakdown about how he never loved her. And Harry just
This reminds you of any movies?
Fucking Annie Hall.
Red.
Star Wars.
Star
Mm-mm.
Wars.
Love Lads. Yeah, and then Sally's really sad, and then she's really happy.
We gotta tone down the monkey business here, guys. We're getting out of control.
Yeah, he gets it.
You guys are such assholes.
What?
I have to figure out all this shit, and I've got my notes on my phone, but I have to take every timestamp we say one of the sound things also on my phone.
What sound things?
Don't even fucking do it.
No, genuinely, I haven't been on the podcast in months.
If you listen to the podcast, you would know.
Yeah.
Got his ass.
Love Lads, Monkey Business. Monkey Business, Love Lads. Which one is it? Is it both?
I'm going to send this to you and make you edit it.
Fair.
I don't have a computer.
I'll make you. I'll send you with
He'll
my
make you a
broken one.
computer.
I'll buy. I'll make
I will
a
send you a
computer.
$1,300 computer as a punishment.
Anyways, yeah, Sally's really sad. He comforts her, and then they're really happy.
I've already spent $400 on you this weekend.
And this
Is it really
is
been that much?
Yeah, with
Jesus.
dinners
This
and
is
gas
where
and clothes.
they give in to their impulses.
yeah. Okay, this is right after she found out that her ex is getting married. She's finally showing emotion like he was upset about.
Exactly.
And then,
She's a
yeah.
pretty good crier.
Well, she tells him to hold her for a bit, so he does.
Hold.
They do a little kiss,
Offense.
like just a little peck. They had given each other like little pecks
10
multiple
yards.
times, but then they lean in, they fully make out, they're kissing, and they have sex, and he's just staring into the air while she cuddles him, and they awkwardly go to sleep together. And she wakes up the next morning to Harry getting dressed because he can't stick around after a night with a woman.
And he's just being weird in general, yeah. She has a penguin pillow.
You mentioned that. All the penguins.
I did mention that. It invoked good luck, Chuck.
She's penguin pussy.
And the penguin pussy, yeah.
Pangussy.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
Or
it
just
was.
pussy.
No.
That's crazy.
If you
Crazy.
start saying pussy is penguin pussy, then every time you think pussy, you're going to think of penguin.
Yeah.
I really don't like the idea of interchanging the two.
He's right. He's
right.
right. And he's weird after Billy Crystal is. He's speed
He's like, I
walking.
gotta go to work. I'll call you later. We'll go to dinner.
He's speed walking with his buddy Joe, isn't he? Or is this later?
Well, he speed walks to the phone, like a phone booth, and you get an amazing scene of a four-way phone call. As he calls Jess, she calls Marie, and they're all talking in the same time from 3 separate locations as Jess and Marie are sharing a bed together. They also have separate phones in their bed.
That's good editing. That was just the gag of it, yeah.
That was really funny.
But amazing
Brandon loves
editing.
more ways, though. That was his big thing.
I read that scene took over like 60 takes to do.
Really?
Yeah.
Just
I
to
could see
get
it
all
taking a
timed
while
up and
with-
everything.
Yeah, 60 feels like a lot. I feel like I could do it in 9 or 10. I feel like I could
Make a better movie.
I feel like I could make a better movie and give me
9 or 10 takes.
9 or
And
10
9 or 10 takes.
attempts at movies, and I would make a better movie than when Harry met whatever her name was.
You
know
know,
her
if the
name.
standard is just black screens with white text,
Hey!
Exactly.
Also.
Exactly.
You
He
bastards.
gets it.
Well, Harry and Sally are at dinner together now, and she says it was a mistake. He agrees. They both kind of said that to themselves, that it was a mistake. But you can see both of them hurt by those words, even though they were both planning on saying the same thing. And they just kind of leave dinner together. It was awkward. And Sally's now helping Marie with wedding dress shopping. And she's asking a bunch of questions about Harry. And I put, are they not friends anymore? Like,
Are we
it
still
felt like she should have known
friends?
this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He became distant.
they did. And
Estranged.
they end up at the wedding. They're the best man, the maid of
Big
honor.
marriage.
And Harry and Sally are arguing about what happened. He calls her like a dog, and she slapped the shit out of him.
So dumb.
He leaned into it. They're also eating pea pods with shrimp. What a snack.
That was a weird appetizer.
What a snack.
I'm
Anyways,
surprised she didn't ask for the pea pods on the side.
appetizer.
Yeah, you're right.
Pea pods, I hardly know her.
Pee on her, I hardly know her.
Jesus.
That's good. That's good.
Super good.
I think that's
Super fucking good. But yeah, she slaps the shit out of him, and then they walk out of the kitchen where they were arguing, and you get a hell of a toast from Jess as he toasts to Harry and Sally for kind of setting them up, basically. Not in the same words, but.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody's got that written down.
And now you get a very sad Christmas season, another one, but this time Sally is tree shopping all by herself as Harry leaves her voicemails. Does this remind you of any movies?
yes.
What?
Star Wars.
Annie Hall.
I literally said when this was playing, this reminds me of the lobster scene when he tries to cook lobsters with the new girl
Oh, you
Mhm.
and it doesn't work.
I think you were on that one.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was like,
He was on that one.
Yeah.
Devon was not on Star
And
Wars
it's
episode
it's
one.
it's and this is also where It Had to Be You is playing again,
Yes.
showing the importance of the overture of the movie.
And the
didn't
intro
Um,
credits.
and invoking Annie Hall. You're right.
And Harry just continuously voicemail after voicemail for her until she answers. He asks her on a date to the New Year's Eve party coming up because they always promised to be each other's dates if they didn't have one. But she tells him she can't do this with him anymore. And they didn't have one. Why are you recording me?
It's for the memories.
Well, he ends up walking the streets of New York City on New Year's Eve all by himself while she's at the New Year's Eve party meeting like many different odd men. She didn't enjoy the dancing. She was not enthused by this guy's weird joke and his laughing.
and he wrote the card. And she's
Aw.
I'm glad I talked to him.
She had a great fake laugh.
And a great fake orgasm.
She's an actress.
She is.
Shit, I forget.
Every time he
Pretty much
does.
She gets paid for this.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought
he
it was
has
just like a woman that they were.
Well, if you
recording.
would have paid attention to the classy intro
Actor
credits,
permanence.
you would have known she was an actress.
If I listened to the podcast, I would know that movies are real.
Yeah.
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 There.
And you get a little Harry reflection montage about all the times with Sally as he kind of like walks until he breaks into a run. He just keeps running through the streets in New York City as Sally decides to leave the party because she has no one to kiss. And he runs to the party as she's about to
Little
leave.
loser.
Yeah, fucking loser. And he pours his heart out to her. I'm crying.
Yeah,
It was
of course.
so sweet.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
And she tells him she hates him.
I didn't understand that. And then they kiss.
Because
Maybe
the end of
maybe
the
I don't
end of
understand women.
because at the end of every romance movie they always say I love you, and then they're subverting that by saying I hate you, even though you could clearly tell in her eyes that she loves him.
Yes.
yeah,
It's part of the genre.
and it kind of feeds into my theory of earlier that they are the same person taking different perspectives on life. Whereas she hates herself as much as she hates him, quote unquote, but then he says these things that makes her love him so much, and it's in a way making her love herself, not just subverting expectations.
That's fair. Also, like watching these kinds of movies makes me like, how much lamer would the cinematic universe be if everyone just communicated in a healthy fashion?
Oh, it'd be a boring ass movie.
Yeah.
But people don't communicate in a normal,
You're right.
fashion, healthy way in real life anyway.
I do it healthy-ish, but not normal. Does it have to be both?
Yes.
Why?
Okay, like for me personally, when we're dancing cheek to cheek like an hour earlier in the film, I'd be like, I think I'm catching feelings for you, and then like it would be over right then. Like she either liked me or she wouldn't, and just like I feel like healthy communication makes every movie boring.
Healthy relationships can take time though, so if you told her that at that point, maybe it wasn't the right timing.
I don't know. It'd
Yeah,
be
didn't you
hard for
hear
me
all
to
those
dance like
old
that.
couples?
I don't know if I'd want to
It's a
be
long,
single
winding
for
journey
fucking
sometimes.
15 years just to get in one healthy relationship.
One of them got
I don't think he
divorced
wanted
3 times
that
while the other one
necessarily.
waited.
Was it 3 times?
Yeah. He got divorced 3 times.
Yeah,
I think
but
one
they
including
do.
her. They end up back together, and she's like pissed about it the whole time.
They did
They
not seem
complete
like
the
they were in a
quest.
happy relationship in that couch interview.
Her marriage was a side quest.
Probably
But
won't hear that when I use the noise gate.
That's fine.
But he pours her heart out to her. She tells him she hates him, but that she can't stay mad. They embrace on New Year's Eve. They kiss.
They complete the quest,
They they complete the side quest. And now
the main quest.
you flash forward to
Right.
them as one of the couples on the couch getting interviewed. They're married after 3 months, and you can see their similarities on the couch as they've adapted to life together. And that is the end
Good
of
ending.
When Harry Met
Good end of the movie.
Move.
We got the good ending. Lucas, did you get the bad ending? How did your path unraveled.
They cut out all the love stuff actually in my movie.
Wow. So they just fucked the whole time.
They
and
traveled
They
to
just became
Uganda
friends.
and they were like, they
fucked and
started the
became
Coney
friends in the movie.
2012 movement.
That's what I got. Should we
They
take a
put pictures
pause
of
here?
We
That's
should
what I
pause.
was thinking.
A cat's pair of paws.
Cats pause. Ugh, can't believe we've been doing that.
Throw away all that. Go pee.
Are you
don't
gonna
have
pee?
to pee.
Oh, I have to pee.
I'm hungry.
Brandon,
I need more snacks.
after that picture of Lou on my story,
Uh-huh.
I responded to it, Marina responded to it, my mom responded to it. She says, he looks sus.
He did look
Your mom
sus.
said he looks
Cecilia.
sus.
Yeah. Cecilia said, he looks sus. And I said, haha, that's just how he always is. I don't know how to respond to that. I could have just put a picture of Among Us.
And now it's just us. Take all that upstairs. There's a lot of it.
Dang, mine's taking forever to process.
I can't believe those assholes.
What? How?
The intro.
The assholes?
Yeah. Meaning Seth and Devon with the intro.
How are they assholes?
Because they don't respect it.
The sanctity of it?
Yeah.
How it's holy?
Yeah.
I feel that. Okay, I'm ready whenever they get back.
Caesar boy. Hey.
Caesar boy. There he is.
He likes to make an entrance. Devon,
Yes, sir.
call Caesar upstairs.
The door's closed.
Call him up.
Caesar.
Oh my god.
Did you hit your head?
Caesar just falls down the stairs.
No, he was sliding on his back.
I know he was, but it would be better if he fell.
Alex pretend.
I didn't really expect to go that fast.
No more snacks. We will eat food afterwards.
What food?
I don't know, something.
Gender.
Something that's not just meaningless snacks.
They're not meaningless.
You've had 4 fruit by the foots. That does not help with your hunger at all.
Well, it's helped with my mental hunger. What is this?
His
Did you
mental
ask me to
hunger.
drink this?
Yeah, it was behind me.
You really think me drinking this is a good idea?
You wanted to have 6.
Sorry we're taking so long, Lucas.
No, you're okay.
I feel like
I'm
we're trying to
vibing.
rush this one for some reason, and we have not been doing that.
No, we're fine. I'm vibing. I don't have to rush it.
You got me shit.
Everyone count your quotes right now.
Oh, shit. My back and my legs.
Pussy and crack.
My pussy and my crack. There's this some load bearing walls where everyone checks off. That's not my case.
I think
I really want to see the rest of
I have 9 quotes, but one of them is the famous one that we've done we've already said a million times. So
Yeah, we'll nix that.
okay, I have 8
Rest of my
quotes.
ideas are worse.
I have 17, but 7 of them are from these fuckers.
Okay, that's fair.
They talk the whole movie. How many quotes do you guys have?
13, 6.
Okay. All right. You ready?
Yeah, 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Okay.
9.
Okay. 1,
8.
2, 3. Play. Why would you do that?
What?
Was I supposed to clap
Scream?
there?
No, you don't need to clap. It's quotes time, guys. I've got 17.
Quotes
Lucas has
time.
how many?
Oh, 400. 8 is right, yeah.
Seth has 13.
Got
You have
him.
6. Started off. Do half of yours to start.
Do them all.
All right, half of mine. I wrote half of these down, expecting me to remember the context, and I
That's Seth.
that's
what
I
Seth movie.
predictably don't remember the context.
Yeah. You and I are a lot alike, my friend.
The facial hair and all. My first one is men and women can never be friends. Stop laughing.
I love you, Patchy. You're not.
Hey, stop. This is deliberate. What do you mean?
Deliberately Patchy.
He did.
I'm walking back.
I
into
chose
the
this.
I'm so mad I'm leaving my car here.
Men and women, God damn it, men and women can never be friends because the sex part always gets in the way. Funnier when I wrote it down. Second one is at least you could say you were married.
Don't just feel sad.
I don't
That is sad.
So
That's
sad.
what they're being catty in the cafe, and Carrie Fisher's trying to hook her up with somebody, and she's like, "You think I should marry somebody just in case he dies in the next 6 months?" And the white-faced Maya Rudolph says,
yeah.
"Well, at least you could say you were married."
Yes.
And they're silent for a few seconds.
That's
and
super
Devon's like,
sad.
"What the fuck?"
Yeah. Okay, so my third one, which is half, is they were talking about how Holly left Dave.
Who?
So Holly left Dave.
Yeah.
At the football game with the wave. And,
So Helen left Harry.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holly and Dave, right?
Yeah. Well, Dave said, "Well, that symptom is fucking my wife," because Dave's friend Henry said, like, infidelity is never the cause of the break of a marriage. It's just a symptom
Oh, I have it.
of
Let's
other
see.
transgressions.
Marriages don't break up on account of infidelity. It's just a symptom. Oh, really? Well, that symptom is fucking my life. Yeah.
And then it's
woo. And then a wave.
That's when they hit the wave. Oh boy.
Lucas, you're up.
Yeah. So when they're first in the car ride going to New York,
In the
while he's
car.
got a mouthful of grape, he goes, "Why don't you tell the story of your life?" Sounded how Devin was talking earlier.
And then spits.
And then on that same journey at the diner, he goes, "Well, empirically, you are attractive," which is not a lie. Later on,
She was.
after she's got a job and stuff, she says, "I work at the news." And I said, "That's a good job for the journalist."
Damn it.
Took mine.
And the last one I'll do right.
I work at the news.
Yeah.
The news
Last
was
one I'll-
in quotes, so I thought it might be like on the subtitles, it might be like a company called the News or something, but
No.
I work at the news.
The news.
So
And then the
funny.
last one for now is from Carrie Fisher when she just learned that Sally broke up with Joe. She said, "So Joe's available?" Jumped
Yeah.
right on that.
I had that too.
Well, you said you were over him.
It's Sethi's turn.
How are you and Joe? We broke up 3 days ago. You waited 3 days to tell us Joe is single?
Is it my turn? Do you have more?
Your
than-
turn.
Okay. Oh, this is my first one, huh? Sheldon? No, you did not have great sex with Sheldon. He doesn't like the name. After that scene,
Ostensibly.
says, "Let's just be friends." And it cuts to them driving down the highway and says, "You realize, of course, we could never be friends."
The comedic timing of some of the film editing was amazing.
Yeah, it was really good. It's hard to bring it to life with me just repeating the quote, but it was really funny at
You
the
did
time.
well.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm a journalist. I work at the news. You might be the first attractive woman I haven't wanted to sleep with.
Damn
Jesus. That's great, Harry.
Yeah, I laughed at that too.
It's like a consolation prize. I have this theory that hieroglyphics are actually just a comic strip about a character named Sphinxy.
That is funny.
That's so stupid.
This is when they're talking about their bad dates they went on. And he says, "We went to this Ethiopian restaurant. I told the girl I didn't even know they had food."
That joke was
Laugh
so
at all.
funny.
So quick in and out. All two
in and-
empty plates and we can be done. I think this is the beginning of the scene where she's doing the fake orgasm. She's doing the sexy moan, and Billy Crystal just goes, "Are you okay?" I guess Harry is his name in the movie. But...
Billy
It's
Crystal.
actually Dave.
Oh, that's right. So Dave says, "Are you okay?" That's all mine for now.
Okay. I had 4 of mine taken because one of them was when Harry's dick made Sally's ass. But
Yeah.
if you did, this is a talk about Sheldon and how big his penis was, or how good he was at sex. And
Yeah.
he says, Dave says, if you didn't break up, you wouldn't be here with me. You'd be with Wonderschlong.
Yeah. Sheldon.
My
guy.
Sheldon.
What's so hard about finding an apartment? You just go to the obituaries and see what is for sale.
That's good.
Why don't they just mix that in real estate?
Leave behind his wife and 3 kids and a beautiful 3-bedroom brownstone.
Mine are all so out of order because I have so many Seth and Devon ones mixed in. This is when he sees Helen while they're doing karaoke in the Sharper Images. He goes, "She looked really weird. Didn't she look really weird?" She goes, "I've never seen her before, Harry." He goes, "Her legs look thicker, like she's retaining water. She keeps everything."
She's
Yeah.
that part made me laugh because he's like implying she's a pack rat and like hoards things, but hoarding the water in your body is just like a step too far. I think that's
That's
really
very funny.
This is on their drive at the beginning of the film, Sally and Harry going back and forth. I have just as much of a dark side as the next person. He goes, "Oh, really? When I buy a new book, I read the last page first. That way, in case I die before I finish, I know how it ends." That, my friend, is a dark side.
Yeah. Oh, and Marina was like, "You're a criminal." She was pissed.
Yeah,
Also,
I do
like,
that.
I didn't like the beginning writing this movie. On a side note, I thought they tried to make him like his edginess came off really cringy in the beginning. It's like, "I think about death all the time, all the live long
Well,
day." Like, chill the fuck out, dude.
I think that was
I
intentional,
think
though. To show
I
the
think so
person
too.
growth.
Was it?
I think
Okay.
he was like a douchey college kid.
College
Yeah.
kid.
Okay, that makes more sense then, and that's totally fitting because I did hate him in
Yeah.
the beginning.
Someone who's like trying too hard to be intellectual.
Okay, and then he like grew in. Okay, I don't see a lot of growth in the movies I've seen lately, so I'm like surprised when it happens.
Yeah, you're right.
What's that
Yeah.
dog movie you saw?
Love on a Leash.
Yeah, Love on a Leash doesn't show a lot of character development.
It shows actually 0. They
Yeah.
almost regress.
It shows mostly dog development. It's weird.
Yeah, and it's just him growing and
Um,
not mentally.
this was a weird one when Harry and Sally are talking about their sex dreams, and he just there's no lead up to it. They're walking on a street, and Harry just goes, "Had my dream again where I'm making love and the Olympic judges are watching. I nailed the compulsories." So this is it, the finals. I got a 9.8 from the Canadians, perfect 10 from the Americans, and my mother, disguised as an East German judge, gave me a 5.6. Must have been the dismount or something.
His pull-out game's weak.
And then she goes on to talk about how her fantasy since she was 12 was with a faceless man
Yeah,
who rips her clothes off.
which it's not even a dream of hers; it's her sexual fantasy.
It's your fantasy.
It's
Yeah.
a faceless man.
I
Sometimes
thought
clothes
he was
look
gonna
weird.
recreate that later on, but alas.
I kind of thought there was gonna be a payoff too. Yeah.
And then my last one for now, Harry leaving a message on her phone goes, "The fact that you're not answering me leads me to believe you're either A, not home, B, home but you don't want to talk to me, or C, home, desperately want to talk to me, but trapped under something heavy. If it's either A or C, please call me back."
That's a good joke.
That's pretty funny.
Devon, finish yours off.
I believe you have one left.
I have one left because all mine were stolen.
By me.
And
Bleh.
I don't remember the context, but I
Bleh.
really like this quote, which is, "You made a woman meow."
Oh yeah.
That was
I
good.
don't want us to explain it. We don't need.
I have it if you want it, but you don't want it.
I don't want.
Don't
I
want
the listeners to contrive their own meaning from the meaning list, much like an intro screen that is just fucking black.
Fuck you.
Yeah, and some
It's
weird
classy,
song in the
apparently.
background. Yeah.
Making a woman meow is classy. Meow.
It's classy.
Lucas,
Seth?
I believe you're up.
Or no, Lucas is.
It is up.
It is
When at that same lunch with Carrie Fisher and the woman who looks like Carrie Fisher, she's bemoaning the fact that she got dumped by Joe. She's like, "Man, you had a date on national holidays. Gave that up." This is a personal. I thought this was really funny because I watched on HBO Max with like commercials. So they're meeting up and then after they both got divorced and broke up, and he said, "Hey, what happened with you guys?" And then right after that, it cut into a commercial with the Impractical Jokers. So in my head, it's canon that the Impractical Jokers tanked their relationship between Harry and Helen. They must have got to him. Yeah,
It was just a
was
funny
Sal.
little gag.
Now let's see Joe fuck this woman in public to ruin a marriage.
Yeah. Sal's punishment today is to
Seduce
lead
a married
this,
woman.
this beautiful couple that all of us don't have a problem with, into ruin.
Yeah, that's what happened to those guys.
But so
When they're talking about when I forget their names, Jess and Marie, right, moving together, they're
Yeah.
decorating the place, and he said, "Is this a nice table?" And I think Meg Ryan says it's so awful. There's no way to even explain how awful it is about the table. It was a bad
The
table.
wagon wheel tail.
Yeah,
Table,
and then
not tail.
fuck me, mama.
and then my favorite with a
Don't
wagon
laugh.
wheel.
Fuck me,
Yeah.
mama with a wagon wheel.
With, but not like
Hey.
Macarena.
And at the very end, I'm sure Brandon has this whole monologue, but I liked how he said, he says, "I love that it takes you an hour and a half to order a sandwich."
Oh yeah,
That's cute.
I have the full monologue.
He said he kept the important parts and then said he didn't keep the small things leading up to it. It's like it's
I
important
know
because
the
of the
small
things leading up to
things.
it.
I have written down the last part, but I know all the small things up to it, which I will say.
I swear to God.
You don't
He
kiss me
swears.
right now.
You guys don't kiss right now. I'm not making it home. I'm running out of gas.
I need you guys
I
to
paid
kiss
for
for
your
the
gas
gas
money.
I know.
But if we kiss, who pays him?
Kelly.
Right, but $5 is gonna get you to Missoula?
Well, no, I assume you guys, if you kiss once, you've already accepted the self-sacrifice of kissing 50 times.
Was it like
So,
it's
if
a
we kiss
perpetual
once-
gamble you guys took?
Kelly owes you $250.
Yeah.
So she never wins, is what I'm getting. If we
No,
kiss,
she
you
wins.
get $5 every time we kiss. But she only gets $5 if we never kiss. So if Brandon and I both died, she gets $5.
She never gets anything.
But you have
She
a
keeps her money.
Clear, she never.
Right.
Kelly never gets anything.
That's what I'm saying. It's a weird bet. Now.
It's
looking
not a
back on it.
bet. It's just a deal.
Incentives.
It's a contract.
It's just
Yeah.
a job.
Kelly and I actually went to a notary. We notarized everything.
Yeah.
So this is a notarized contract between me and Kelly and whatever her last name is.
Yeah.
And so what I'm saying is, if you guys really care about me, you'll kiss right now.
Because she legally has to pay you
$5
5 times whatever the amount of times we kiss is.
Well, $5 per kiss. Is that the same?
But apparently, if we kiss once, it means we will kiss 50 times.
Well, if
I
you
feel like
kiss, if you
we
kiss
might as
once,
well.
you've already crossed that barrier.
Yeah.
You might as well make me a rich man and make Kelly have to take out a second mortgage on her house.
I do feel like if I kissed you once, I could kiss you 49 more times. That is
How much does she have to pay you if we suck each other's dicks?
that's zero. It's not a
that's-
kiss.
That's a clause that we've not
A
filled
Santa
out.
Claus.
Yeah. The contract is null and void.
It's a Santa Claus.
If you guys have sex, the entire thing is null and void because
That's not what this was about. It's
not
not in the
only
spirit of
not only has the bet transcended kissing, it's also ruined a marriage.
Yeah. Well, probably.
I mean, Marina would be into that.
Just watching me. Anyway, who's next?
You finish off your quotes.
Right. So that sounds right. This is after Harry, is his name, has shaved, or Dave, as we like to call him. Meg Ryan says, "I like you without your beard. I can see your face." And he says, "It is my face." She looked weird, didn't she? Brandon already did that one. This is Harry yelling about the same coffee table we were just talking about. The stupid wagon wheel Roy Rogers garage sale coffee table. Blah!
He didn't say
He
blah.
turned into a
He
vampire.
was not a
He turned
vampire.
into a
He
bat.
morbed.
He morbed so hard.
He morbed into a bat and he flew away. And then Meg Ryan morbed into a bat and chased after him. So they
She
could
was
have
like,
their
blah.
talk. That's their keyword. That's their safe word.
The safe word is blah.
Their safe word is turning into a bat and running away.
It's safe action.
This is Brandon and Devon when Harry and Sally have both found other people and they're playing Pictionary and they're getting along. Brandon says, no! And Devon says, this is fucked up.
Playing with our emotions like that.
Yeah, they were pissed. Also, Sally from that same scene, Carrie Fisher's like, oh, Julian is great. And she goes, I know, he's a grown-up. Like, they're all 32, 35 at this point. Like, everybody's a grown-up.
They're not playing around.
They don't need to specify that. Oh, okay, I miscounted. This one's not a quote, but after they have sex and she goes to the kitchen to get water, there's just like an apple on a plate in there. I don't know if that was her dinner that she had set up, but it looked really stupid. It's the only gripe that I have with the movie.
The water she had available was just like an individually wrapped
Evian bottle.
Just a bottle of water in the fridge. You didn't get them the sink or anything. But the apple on a plate, that's full. I don't know. Last one though. It's the season of giving. Oh, it's Harry talking about Christmas. He says the season of giving, less widely known. It's also the season of groveling because he's trying to apologize for leaving so quickly after sex and calling her a dog.
Yeah. All right.
You didn't mean
And
it.
I'm finishing off. I got 2 from the movie and 7 from you guys.
I don't even think I talked that much during the movie.
You guys talked so much.
I always talk.
This is like the very end of the movie. It's Harry and Sally overlapping in their interview on the couch, but he goes, it was great. We had this enormous coconut cake. She goes, huge coconut cake with tears, and there was a very rich chocolate sauce on the side. And here he goes, right, because not everybody likes it on the cake because it makes it very soggy. And she goes, particularly coconut soaks up a lot of the excess, and it's important to keep it on the side. And he goes, right.
She's right.
And it's just beautiful how it connects.
He loves it.
Let's get into some of your guys' quotes.
Okay.
Seth, does she know them, or is she just enjoying the view when Sally pulls up to Amanda Reese and
Right at the beginning of the movie.
Harry making out? She's like,
I remember
just
that too.
watching for fun. Devon, God, I love Louis Armstrong. Oh, I guess this is me as well. Well, why don't you fuck him then?
It's mostly a Brandon quote then.
11 minutes into the movie, Marina goes, are these people Harry and Sally? And I go, yes. And so, and they do be meeting right now.
They do be.
I hope you got the fake one. Where Marina's like, I think this is fake.
I don't.
Which part was that?
Marina was like, I think this is fake. And I was like, Marina, this is movies.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
This whole thing is fake.
This whole thing is fake.
This is when Harry is moaning on the phone and Seth just goes, that's Caesar when he wants to go outside.
It is.
I think I was like so in the movie that I like tuned you guys out because I don't remember any of these.
Well, this is a conversation
into it.
between
Am I
you
going
and Devon. I don't know how you ended up on like Chef Boyardee, but you went caution contains ravioli.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that was a bit weird.
That was before the movie started.
No, that was mid-movie.
No way.
That was towards the end of it.
No, because I was like, this is crazy that it says contents beer.
Yeah.
And then we said the earth is a ravioli.
Because I was like, it'd be like if you had a can of ravioli and it was like contents food on it. And then Devon's like, I have this theory that the earth is a ravioli.
Caution contains ravioli. No, that was way into the film.
There's no way.
Yeah. And then my last one from Seth is, my genuine laugh sounds like a bird getting strangled, but he kind of likes it a little bit.
Kiki bird.
Can I say that?
Yeah. And then last one is like Harry's pouring himself out. I love it that you get cold when it's 71 degrees out. I love it that it takes you an hour and a half to order a sandwich. I came here tonight because when you realize that you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible. Yeah. That's the part I put down because I couldn't paraphrase that.
That's the part I almost cried at.
Yeah, I did cry.
It was
Yeah.
so good.
So
Pretty good.
good. Lucas could take it.
Very good.
Yeah.
With that intro.
Lucas could like take or
The
leave that
intro
quote,
already.
but yeah, the black with the white, that shit, that one.
It wouldn't be as good without the black intro.
That's true, Dan.
So that's gonna end
Wouldn't be
quotes.
itself.
We're getting into ratings. Starting with Lucas, thermometer. This is a percentage. What do you think Critics
I think
are
it's
giving it a tomato meter.
9.4.
91 or 94. Why did I say 91?
I don't know.
Lost in
Is it
translation.
9.4? Nice. 91. I'm an idiot. Seth. Or no, Devon.
89.
89.
Ooh. 900.
It's not an option. Is it a 90 then?
Lock it
Divide.
in.
I'll put you into the 90 then.
Do whatever you want, Brandon. Give me
80,
the right answer.
90, or 89, 90, and 94. One of you guys is so close.
We're all pretty
Fucking
close.
Lucas,
then.
I'm going home.
It's Seth.
Hey!
It's a 91 because I said the answer
Ah.
because I read it when he said 94.
I like intentionally tried to throw the match.
Oh, interesting.
Next is
Not
audience
happy.
score.
Lucas is not
Percentage.
happy about this.
Seth,
Yeah.
audience
Yeah.
score.
What's up?
Percentage.
Who's the audience?
900.
9%.
I respect your
Take it or leave
commitment
it.
to
All right,
it.
fuck.
I'll go 86.
86.
89.
One of you guys is right, and it's not Seth.
It's not
It's not
9%.
900.
Oh,
Or 9%.
fair.
Either way. One of you guys is right. It's Devon.
Oh, it's
Oh, shit. We got a
God.
pool.
And
Alright.
89%.
I'd like to thank my mother for all the hard drugs that she pumped into the womb.
And also like
really,
to thank
it's like
Devin's mother.
yeah, it's like radioactive. You know when like superheroes fall into radioactive waste and turn into superheroes.
Yeah.
It's like me, except as meth when I was in the womb.
Yeah.
Turned me into a like a superhero.
So your
This is like a
superpower is
chill
guessing
dude.
critics' ratings, and Lucas's power is guessing
See-
film budgets and knowing what the height of every celebrity is,
act-
besides Owen Wilson.
You'd think so, but actually, my superpowers were fetal alcohol syndrome and autism.
Oh shit!
Shit.
You got autism?
Yeah.
That's like a.
That is a power.
Not gonna go. I'm not. I'm done ripping.
Oh, shit.
I'm done ripping for a second.
All right, coming back to you, Lucas. We're on the
Let's say some
IMDb
fuck this.
meta score
Oh, you made me
out of 100.
snot all over myself.
This brand new couch.
88.
Actually, I think there's a piece
88.
sitting on the whole time. What?
Meta score out of 100. This is
Uh,
IMDb.
Oh, this is a 93.
Okay?
They gave it a 10.
10.
100%? 100?
Do you want 100?
No, you're locked in at 10.
What's the
Dude,
max?
it's too
What are we
late.
doing?
Either way, you lost. Our winner today is Lucas. It's a 76.
Ooh, lower.
That's so close.
And last but not
100.
least, we're doing an audience score on IMDb. This is out of 10.
10.
Seth, you're
10.
starting.
10.
Yes.
10.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's his answer.
That's like.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is a 8.1.
8.4.
Our winner today is Devon. It's a
8.2.
7.7. So, critics gave it a 76 and a 91 for an 84.5. Audiences gave it an 89 and a 76 for an 83.
Just 77 to 91.
76 and 91.
Oh, okay.
And an 89 and 77. So an 83 and an 84.5. What are we giving it, Devon?
Oh, this was a
John Lasagna scale.
on the John Lasagna scale. See, I've watched a lot of short films, and honestly, watching all these short films has changed my ratings on full-length feature films. And I've become more harsh. So I'm saying 7.1.
Reasoning?
Ooh. It was good. The dialogue was good. But I think there were elements of the plot that were dragged out.
Well, this movie is only an hour 35, so if it were technically less, 5 minutes less, or 6 minutes less, it would be considered a short film.
Mm.
So it's basically the shortest you can get for a live film, like a full
7.6. That's what I'm going for.
Okay, that changed you a little bit.
Wait, what I say?
7.1.
Oh, then yeah, I didn't change. I just forgot what my number was.
So you're just saying that you like short films more than full-length films.
No.
He's saying that
No.
7.1 to 7.9 are basically the same thing.
7.6.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying
that range is the same thing. You just forget about it sometimes because you don't really care all that much.
I'm
But you
saying when
said
you watch
7.9.
I know
when
what
you
I
watch
said.
short films, you understand that that there's ways for cinematographers to reach a conclusion in a shorter amount of time, and there's ways that people drag that out to make a feature-length film.
So what?
And you could make a feature-length film that doesn't do that, but I don't think this is one of those films, but it's still a super, super, super good film.
I was about to say, what 5 minutes could you take out of the film to make this better?
Fucking kissing for 30 seconds. First of all, I take that. It made me so uncomfortable.
Okay, Seth.
Give it like a 9, I think.
Flat.
Yeah, just 9 flat.
Okay, reasoning.
Thought it was good. A lot of the cinematography we've pointed out already with the phone call scenes. Really, just the phone call scenes that were
They were amazing.
the
The editing.
indicators there. Yeah, the editing was really good. Thought the writing was pretty good. I didn't have any problems with it, and just with it being February, any like actually decent, love stories I'm a big fan of. Not like the ones we've done this month. This
Love
one,
Lads.
yeah, like this one I love. Yeah, so 9 sounds good to me.
Lucas.
Sounds good to me too. I'm gonna go with a 9.8 for When Harry Met Sally.
Shit, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
I did love it a lot. I think it's on par with Annie Hall. I liked everything about it just pretty much on the outset. I think it's a great interwoven story. I think they're great performances. I think it's sweet. I think it's referential. I love it.
Yeah. And I was somewhere between an 8.8 and a 9.5. I landed on a 9.3 after discussing it. I cried. I laughed so much. My heart flooded. The crying doesn't mean anything to me.
Every time.
But I laughed so much. My heart was fluttering. Amazing directing, writing. Like you said, it's on par with Annie Hall, kind of. This is a masterpiece, and for a rightful reason. So, we've got a 7.1, a 9, a 9.3, and a 9.8 for an 8.8 average.
Pretty good. That's probably
Good for it.
We're gonna finish.
Actually, this was When Henry Met Sally, not it. That's a Stephen King novel. That was about.
No, that's
film.
Misery.
Oh, okay. We're all wrong.
Did you say Henry?
I don't know.
He did.
I'm very.
When Henry met Celicia.
Celicia.
Yeah. And we're finishing it with some reviews. I've got some quick critic ones. First is Karen James. But Karen, Caryn.
Oh, yeah.
No. Go use the bathroom, Devon. At the New York Times, they say, an often funny, don't slam the door.
Do it.
An often funny but amazingly hollow film that romanticizes lives of intelligent, successful, neurotic New Yorkers. This is the sitcom version of a Woody Allen film, full of amusing lines and scenes, all infused with an uncomfortable sense of deja vu.
I think that's a Woody Allen film in general, but yeah, I agree.
Neurotic describes Woody Allen.
And sitcom
Next.
too.
Yeah. Next is by Rita Kempley at the Washington Post. Meg Ryan is Summer's Melanie Griffith, a honey-haired blonde who finally finds a showcase for her sheer exuberance. Neither naif nor vamp. She's a woman from a pen of a woman, not some Cinderella of a working girl. I don't even know what any of that means.
I think that's a compliment.
I think so too, but
She liked her.
Seth doesn't know.
I was disassociating again.
No, okay.
No.
Next is by
Come back.
Next is by David Anson at Newsweek. They say, not surprisingly, Crystal handles the comedy superbly, but he's too cool and self-protective an actor to work as a romantic leading man. And I feel that as a film of wonderful parts, it doesn't quite add up.
Interesting.
Was he that cool?
I've never thought of like casting a cool guy in a movie like a fucking Billy
Billy
Crystal.
Crystal. He's just kind of one-linery.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely his motif. I've never seen somebody be cool and be. I don't know. You already said what I was gonna say, basically.
Billy
Crystal's
Crystal.
yeah. He's not the ideal cool man.
And last but not least is from Roger Ebert.
Whoa,
Chicago
shit.
Sun-Times.
Big rug.
He says,
Thanks for translating.
Reiner is one of Hollywood's.
I can speak Sleepy Lucas.
Reiner is one of Hollywood's very best directors of comedy.
I hardly know.
The film was most conventional in terms of structure and the way it fulfills our expectations. But what makes it special, apart from the Efron screenplay, is the chemistry between Crystal and Ryan. 3 out of 4 stars.
Big Rog throwing a 3 out there. Nice.
I thought he was going to give it
which
a 4.
is basically a 9.
I think he employs half-star systems too, so it's markedly not a 4-star.
What? It's not important.
Okay.
He doesn't use half-star, or he does use half-stars. So it's a full, not 3 out of 4 stars, not 3.5.
I feel like a 5-star system is too binary, which is oxymoronic for the meaning of binary.
system.
But it's like it's not.
It really is.
I feel like 4 is more binary though.
Yeah. Do people use the 4 regularly?
Oh, they use
Critics.
the 4.
Yeah.
Oh, do they?
You just missed one.
Critics
They use the
rave
force.
about the force.
And last is user reviews. Go Pete.
Songbird?
Be safe.
There were a lot of returners on here that I had to leave out. There were just too many.
Parse through.
We lost some Paul Hawkinson. We lost some Cosmasp.
No, I hate that guy.
J. Bootha Miller. There's a bunch that missed the cut. But starting off is the little songbird.
Hey, again?
Of course, again. She says on May 30th, 2010, words cannot describe how much I love this film. There have been romantic comedies that don't quite appeal to me, but When Harry Met Sally is just wonderful. It is for me everything a rom-com should be. Funny, witty, and charming. The screenplay from Nora Ephron got nominated for an Oscar, and so it should have. The direction is wonderfully astute and detailed, as is often the case with Rob Reiner. The New York locations are really beautiful, and the soundtrack is, in one word, beguiling. And of course, the acting is outstanding. Crystal and Ryan are perfect together, while Carrie Fisher and Bruno Kirby give a real sense of edge to their supporting performances. Overall, a delightful romantic comedy. 10 out of 10.
The little
Perfection.
Giving a 10 out of 10?
She loves it.
Wow.
She
Means
appreciates
it's
good
good.
cinema.
Caesar had an accident.
He died.
Oh, yeah, he did have an accident. He's wearing a diaper. Hey,
He's like, please give me love. I just got in trouble.
next up is by B. Coggenbing.
I remember this guy.
August 20th, 2015. It says, it took long enough. Nora Ephron's original screenplay was the only Academy recognition for When Harry Met Sally received when it was nominated. I think it's a funny film, but I'm not as big of a fan of it as some are. It's the story of Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan, who take 12 years and 90 minutes plus of film footage to realize they are right for each other. I think the concept is interesting, but it is also good for maybe a 20-minute sketch as opposed to a feature film. 6 out of 10.
The Devon argument.
Idiot. Snoopy style. This is Seth. Let's hear what he
This
has
is
to
Seth.
say. This has become the flag bearer for modern rom-coms. This movie asks one big question. Can a man and a woman just be friends? It has some of the most iconic scenes of all time, and none is bigger than the fake orgasm scene. Billy Crystal is quick and smart. It shows on screen and gives reason to why Sally would fall for Harry. At the time, Meg Ryan is about to start her reign as the rom-com queen. She is at maximum cuteness and quick enough to play with Billy Crystal and Rob Reiner. 9 out of 10.
Nice review. A Seth review, exactly
job,
on the number
Seth.
2.
Thank you. Did I give it a 9?
You did.
Holy shit. I told you it was me. No one ever believes.
Next, by Mr. Fusion. January
This
20th,
guy.
2016, they say, I'm convinced that everyone should see When Harry Met Sally just for the orgasm scene. I can assure you it's worth sitting through a rom-com for, and it's a classic piece of cinema for a reason. Even if this isn't doing it for you, settle in for a bangin' Harry Connick Jr. soundtrack. 7 out of 10.
Hell.
Which includes Louis Armstrong. Woo, 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 woo. Ooh.
Big Rog.
No, that's Mr. Fusion. And next
Big
is
Rog.
Lee Eisenberg,
I'm Big Rog.
Right of the Big Rog.
writer of The Big Rog. Lee Eisenberg says, on August 20th, 06. I guess that most people can't think of When Harry Met Sally without picturing the orgasm scene. Certainly that scene's a hoot, but there's more to the movie. And yes, my orthodontist sat at the orgasm table. Maybe that's not what people usually call it, but that's what I call it. 8 out of 10.
What?
Oh. He sat at the table at that restaurant, Cat's Diner.
Who cares, dude?
Let's bring the orthodontist into the movie review.
You have to.
Controversial choice.
Whoa.
They died.
He died.
You gotta flip the back all the way up. There you go. And place it. There you go. Penultimate review is by www_SRAASRA999. May 28th, 2022. They say, I think I am the only one to find this movie depressing. I don't know why. Maybe because I can't tolerate cheating, even if it came from the heroes of the movie. Or maybe the lighting was so depressing for me, or the whole atmosphere of the movie is just screaming the ugly truth. So if you get depressed really easily, like I don't watch this movie. 1 out of 10.
A 1
1 out of 10.
If you get depressed easily,
If I
They're
find
just
a movie
depressed.
depressing, I think that's powerful in of itself.
Yeah.
If the movie has enough emotional charge to make you sad, I think that's valuable, and it makes it a good movie in of itself.
It should definitely add to the score. Get depressed easily, it's a 1?
This movie made me sad. It's a 1. What a weird life to live.
it made you feel.
This movie made me feel things. I fucking hate feeling
This
things.
guy only watches Dougal, and he thinks it's the greatest movie of all time.
Argument to be made.
This guy would love Love on a Leash.
Definitely would make him feel sad.
And my last review today is by Bevo13678.
Bevo.
Bleh.
No, he's not a vampire. On November 2nd, 2020, Bevo says, orgasmic. Probably one of the most popular Billy Joel movies ever. 10 out of 10.
Billy Joel.
What a review.
Billy Joel coming.
That's classic Bevo.
Making
That is classic Bevo.
So,
I don't think the orgasm scene was so fucking iconic. I think the orgasm scene was like mid-tier compared to the rest of the movie.
the orgasm scene is great and adds comic relief for a rom-com. And it has one of the most iconic quotes of all time.
I don't think it's good enough to be defined. Like when you think of the movie, I don't think it's a good enough scene to have been defined. If anything, I think the last scene is what the movie should be defined by.
I do think it's a
the
great
couch
scene.
scene?
I don't think it
No,
adds to the
that-
comic
Oh,
relief.
so not the last scene, you idiot.
It supplements
The 71
comic
degree
relief more
scene.
so.
But nobody's going to remember that over I'll have what she's having. That's why it's iconic, is because it's easy.
Well, we were talking about how that last scene is not so much mimicked as it is paid homage to in shows like BoJack, where people are talking about the specific things about the person that everybody else hates, but they love because they love this person so much that they love the things
Accept
they hate
it
about
all.
them. Yeah, so like that has been honored in a way, but just not the same way that like remember that scene where she's pretend to have an orgasm and the other lady's like, I'll have what she's having. I think it's almost more respectful to do it, like to remake that scene in different ways, in different mediums, than it is to just, talk about it.
I mean,
So
I
in a
just
way,
don't
you're
like
right.
the reviews because they're all like the orgasm scene. And watching the movie, I don't think the orgasm scene is what
Only
sticks
one of
out
them
to me.
Fuck the reviews.
touted the orgasm scene.
But they all mentioned it.
3 of the 7 did.
That's a lot.
That's
I
quite
was
a
in the
bit.
bathroom.
That's
for
a
the
high
other
hit rate.
4.
No, you were in the bathroom for the 4 critic ones. none of which mentioned
That's like
it.
43%.
The 7 critic ones, only 3 did, and one of them said, yes, that scene's great, but there's way better. And the other one just said orgasmic. So really only one touted it.
My point stands.
It does.
That
My
1
point-
out of
my
11
point
reviews,
stands more shakily
if
now, but my
9%
point
of
stands.
reviewers say the orgasm scene is the best, that you need to watch it.
That's a high percentage.
My point stands.
Shakily, but...
my point is swaying a little bit, but
Okay.
it's standing.
My
Well,
point is on stilts.
let's get to
My point
recommendations.
is drunk.
Seth, are you recommending this film?
Yes.
Reasoning?
What?
Yes. Devon?
Yes.
Lucas?
Yes.
I don't get
Yes,
it.
it's a unanimous yes.
Woo!
This movie's great. It's a masterpiece.
It's grapes.
It's not grapes.
Okay.
And so that ends it for the
Lucas
Love
gets-
Lads. And with that, it means in the next month, we're starting to some random films. We're kicking it off with a Matt Damon, somewhat action-y film called The Great Wall, where Matt Damon helps the Chinese build the Great Wall and fight off monsters.
Ooh, yeah, I remember that.
He's a master archer.
That's what we're doing.
Monster
Yeah,
next?
that's what we're doing
monsters.
next.
That's insane. I'm so excited.
Big
Is
budget.
that part of the Love Lads?
No, it's not.
February?
It's the March Lads.
This will come out at the very end, so because we record a week early.
I see.
And so that ends it. Thanks for joining us for Rom-Coms. We hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, send us recipes, memes, eat a bag of dicks, send Devon some money, and we'll see you later.
Vivo.
Vivo.
Love you, Gadoosh. Nice.
I hope the huff makes
It
sense.
did.
Oh, it did. They'll never know who it was.
Is it still the same outro?
Yep.
Just you and me?
Yep.
I need to make a new intro for you guys.
No, I love the intro.
I can make it better.
The intro is really sick. If you could make something better, it'd be like the one we have is a 9.9 probably. You'd be aiming for 10.
You
The
could
one
throw
we
some
have
harps
has-
in there.
Like 15 layers.
Mm-hmm.
15 or 20.
That's sick as hell.
But I didn't mix it right. So you can't hear because it's supposed to sound like a bunch of chatter, but all
It
the chatter
does.
is supposed to be different movie quotes.
Yeah.
And then it's supposed to rise out of the chatter. But I could have mixed it better. But I already have like better ideas, like maybe chatter, and what rises out of it is funny moments of the podcast.
That's gonna take too
Or
long.
movies.
It won't take long at all if we can time mark like 5 funniest moments of the podcast.
There's 9,000 that I have in my mind right now.
It's not 9,000 in your mind you have right now. Name them all.
Right now.
Not naming.
No,
All right, I gotta go. I'll see you guys.
Bye, Lucas.
Bye, Lucas. Like,
I'll let
I
you
don't
know
wanna
what the
be a part of
9,000 are later.
I don't need this anymore.
Poor guy.